That's what my ex-girlfriend used to call me.
The slide whistle?
Welcome, everybody, to the Lore Boys podcast. I will be your host this time, Peter O'Donohue. Sitting across from me, of course, is...
Tis I, Ethan, the Cucklord Supreme.
Ethan, the Cucklord Supreme. And to my left, I had to look at my hand there for a second. I was like, the little index and thumb L is...
James Miller.
James Miller, speaking softly.
With his ASMR.
Yeah.
We got ASMR James tonight.
James Robert John Miller.
Yeah, JMSMR.
JMSMR.
So
JMSMR.
What are we talking about, Peter?
Well, we got a couple things to cover from up here in Alert in the Nunavut territory of Canada. We've been throwing a lot of shade Canada-wise. Yeah. And now we're here in the northernmost inhabited location.
Yeah, well, it's actually the sunniest province and the warmest. They got great beaches here.
Yeah.
The locals are great.
It is a sunny day, and due to the shape of the Earth, the sun actually won't go down for another 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, something like that.
It's pretty nice. We have the only computer in town, which is kind of shitty. So a lot of people have been asking to use it, check their Facebooks, but they haven't checked in the past 16 months.
But then we flash our Lore Boys badges, and they understand.
They're exactly.
Yeah.
These Lore Boys are up here in Alert for a reason.
One challenge was actually getting alcohol up here because a lot of places are dry up here, and a bottle of liquor will cost up to $80 to $100, where you normally get it for.
Yeah, but they're Canadian dollars; they're worth basically nothing.
Yeah, they're basically. You said you had spent $190 Canadian dollars on what are you drinking right now?
I am drinking Guinness. Actually, from a can, which is not ideal.
Well, I mean, you kind of had to.
Yeah,
because the bottles would shatter.
The hard part?
Exactly.
Actually, the cans, I was worried about that too, and they were pretty tight by the time we got to them, but we heated them on our way here, so that's not
on our propane stove.
Yeah, nothing like a hot Guinness.
Yeah. Apparently that's actually a thing. It just reminds me too much of oatmeal, frankly.
A hot Guinness, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad they showed up in time for the cast, because you ordered them 9.5 months ago.
Yeah.
Which is pretty nice.
You can get a baby quicker.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I did have a baby in that time.
Yeah.
We all had babies. Got a frog in your throat there, Ethan?
I got a little...
What are you following that frog up with in that mug there?
Oh, I'm drinking dirty ice water and polar bear urine. It's a local cocktail.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Polar ice.
Polar ice.
I believe they call it.
Yeah.
I myself was pretty fond of the way I was feeling after last week's podcast when we recorded. I am drinking another bottle of Nicolas Lalou, Le Gentleman Bohème white wine.
Yeah, which from China to Nunavut. They sell it everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. They bike it out everywhere.
They're big time old.
That guy took several years. So there's a couple of things I want to cover before we get into what we're talking about. We are covering Deus Ex Part 2. That is some things I left out of the last one, little points, as well as the 2 original games. So, what I would like our listeners to do is when we release on Google Play and on iTunes on Mondays, to give us a review and let us know what you think, and to check out our YouTube channel to see some of the art and to see some of the archive on Tuesdays. This is Tuesdays at 11 EST.
Also on the blog.
Also on the blog, on the Lore Boys WordPress. Mm-hmm. Check that all out. Let us know what you think about the 2-parters. Let us know if you don't like 2-parters at all. Let us know if you want us to release them in consecutive order, so Part 1, Part 2, instead of the alternating host thing we normally do. Or tell us if we're big dumb idiots and you want to kill our families.
Yeah. Also, call your mother. She misses you.
She probably does. If you're not in contact, she should probably miss you. So there's a couple of things I wanted to cover that I had forgotten or left out of the original Deus Ex Lore Boys podcast. Yeah. So the correction is TF29, the government organization you work for as Adam Jensen in Mankind Divided, is actually funded by Interpol, the international police, not the UN or whatever the fuck I said that was completely wrong.
But isn't Interpol a subsidiary of UN?
I don't know, but I feel like I was wrong about that.
Okay.
Tell me I was wrong about being wrong when you tweet at us or leave comments in the YouTube section when you go check that shit out on Tuesdays at 11 EST. Also, your boss's name, which I had forgotten, is Joseph Manderley. Is the boss of UNATCO.
What a manly name.
In the original game. And then I remember telling you guys that the 2 of the boss battles were some outdated, mechanically augmented folks, Gunter Herman and a woman. Yeah. Her name came back to me literally as I was walking home from the podcast. Her name is Anna Navarra.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anna Navarra.
Anna Navarra.
Anna Navarra.
Anna Navarra.
Is she Russian?
Spanish.
Yeah.
Where's she got to be?
Where's she got it?
She's Russian. Get it?
Hey.
Russian. Fun cat.
I'm done with this podcast. I'm going home. So, what have you been playing this week, Ethan? What has your week consisted of?
Well, I've been playing Doom 2016.
And how do you find it?
A fucking amazing, high-octane, like, fist-in-your-face of a video game. It's just, like, so fucking heavy metal.
Mm-hmm.
Great game, honestly. I'm having so much fun doing it. I'm recording the episodes. They'll be going up on YouTube.
Did you? Oh, you figured that out. I remember you were sending me a message that
my webcam,
for some reason you were zoomed in 600%.
Yeah, my webcam first wasn't recording me, or like the overlays got messed up, even though I ran like 3 test videos where it worked perfectly. Then the one where I went live, it decided to stop working. So there's no me in the first episode. And then when I got
best episode.
Yeah, when I got it working again, the webcam was zoomed in like 1,000%. So it was just like a small gray square because it was catching like the upper corner of my room.
I was hoping it was just like your upper lip.
I have to like raise my hand up in the air for it to like catch my fingertips, and you can see my fingerprint basically. So that's obviously a security risk.
Yeah.
My phone is fingerprint locked, so.
Especially because we travel so much.
Yeah, exactly.
Your phone's fingerprint locked.
It is. Yeah. I got a little fingerprint reader right there.
Oh, it's on the back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
What
neat.
if you like burn your fingertips real bad? Like, how do you get into your phone?
It has
You can
I got a pattern too.
Oh, just in case. Okay.
I got the numbers on the iPhone.
If you turn it off, the first time you turn it on, the fingerprint thing isn't on yet.
Yeah.
You have to unlock it manually and then do the fingerprint.
When you rebutts it.
Yeah.
But that's not even like a security advantage at that point. It's just easier for you to get in because people would try and figure out your pattern before they would try and figure out your fingerprint, right?
Yeah, fingerprints are complicated.
It's
convenient, so it's
they're tricky to draw.
Yeah.
But if someone did stumble across my fingerprint somehow, then they could get into my phone.
I think I think it needs to be warm because sometimes, like if I'm cold, or sometimes even if my hands are wet or a little bit sweaty, my fingerprint reader doesn't work.
But
my mom for some reason was just like, "Don't save your credit card information on your phone," because I use Apple Pay.
Okay.
She's like, "What if somebody chops your fucking hand off and unlocks the phone?" And I'm just like, I
got bigger problems,
I'm
Mom.
like, it's insane. It would literally be easier to steal my wallet and use tap.
Yeah, that's it.
Opposed to hack my arm off.
And you got bigger problems at that point.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm bleeding to death.
Yeah.
I don't care about my credit card.
Wow.
Besides Doom, I've been reading this book, Children of Time by Adrian Tchaikovsky. It is so fantastic.
Sounds awesome.
The most amazing, like, world building. It's sci-fi. The premise is like the most unique I've ever read in a book, and it is just like so fantastic. I can't recommend it highly enough. So definitely, if you're a fan of sci-fi and you like to read, check out Children of Time by Adrian Tchaikovsky.
Just ask to borrow it from Ethan. We'll ship it down here from Alert.
Yeah.
It'll take a couple of months.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm starting a library, and I have 1 book in it so far.
And say 2?
Yeah, that's pretty much been my week.
Yeah.
I've been playing Doom. I've been playing WoW, but that's just a grind. You know?
Yeah. Jimbo?
Yeah, I've been actually catching up to Ethan on WoW. I hit 110 yesterday, and this morning just unlocked all of my world quests. Got my artifact up to level 18, so I can actually be semi-competitive in like the starting of the end game.
Okay.
So yeah, like I'm playing a lot of PvP and stuff too, which is like actually.
I never think of PvP in WoW. Like people actually play it.
It's actually
pretty big. Yeah.
It's better balanced now than it ever has been. They kind of.
Well, I should hope so. It's been a decade.
Yeah. Well, that's
almost a decade and a half.
Yeah.
That's true. Oh fuck, that's true. Like 2005,
2004.
They put a huge emphasis on gear for PvP for a while, so you had to play for hundreds of hours or however many hours it is to be competitive. Now you are just pushed up to everyone's equalized at eye level 800.
Okay.
And if your items are higher than 800, then it is like for every 1%, one item level you have higher, you get a 0.01% or 0.1%. So it's like if you have 850 eye level, you have 5% advantage on the guy next to you, which is like cool, but it's not enough to
wait, wouldn't 0.1% be you'd have a 0.5% advantage over that guy?
So for 50 eye levels over.
50 eye levels over.
Oh,
for everyone,
right,
it gives you 0.1.
Excuse me, yes. Terrible math.
That's funny because I made the same mistake when watching the video explaining it. So,
there's a video explaining it. Yeah, of course. So just WoW?
Just WoW and so much WoW. I actually haven't even turned on my PlayStation, man.
He didn't even go into work one day.
Oh my god, Crash Bandicoot! Like I really want to get to it. I keep thinking about it.
Collecting figurative dust.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Exactly. I'll get to it eventually.
Poor Crash. He collected dust for what, 25 years?
Yeah, and now
You bring him out of the box just to shove him back in.
It's like one of those. It's like one of those. Like it's like Orphan Annie or like Oliver Twist.
Yeah.
Where it's like you get adopted by terrible people.
Yeah, exactly.
And that just leaves me, eh? So I'll explain the elastic cast on my elbow. So Sunday, I was a bit sleepy, and I was working on our artwork, and I took a break, and that break turned into a 4.5-hour Team Fortress 2 marathon.
That sounds about right.
And that night, when I was eating dinner, my wrists started to get a little sore, and I was like, oh, okay, whatever, that's fine. It's never happened to me before. I think it's the fact that I'm 26 and old and useless now, and no one will want me, is what happened. So yeah, my wrist started getting a little sore, and then I went to bed, and I woke up at like 4:30 in the morning because the pain had shot from my wrist all the way up to my shoulder. So the next day I went to the clinic. I talked to the people there. They're like, you don't need to see a doctor. It's too bad I didn't get a doctor's note because my boss was just like, where were you? I'm like, I got hurt. Fuck you.
Usually the nurse will toss one to you. Up and call it, but
anyway. I know exactly. I don't know. She
because doctors are so few and far between here.
Yeah, I know, the family doctor for the town.
Yeah, they have to come by dog sled. It's a big thing.
At all times.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, I just went and bought one. She's just like, yeah, just fuck it. Just go get one of those elastic little casts at the pharmacy, and then just wrap that up. And, like up here, things are a little bit more expensive, but it was pretty cheap. It was only like $98.
Yeah.
Plus taxes. Yeah.
Canadian, though.
Yeah.
I like
the conversion was okay.
It's peanuts to us. We're international.
Exactly.
I like
we use credits.
I like what you said before, that a dog site would have to bring the doctor. So, like, if the dogs were sick, a vet would be the gate on a doctor. So,
the
vets
doctor
are
would
above doctor.
The doctor would pull the sled, and the vet would ride it. So I played a lot of Team Fortress. This morning, I got paid, and for some reason, like when I get drunk, I just for some reason love opening crates, dude. Okay. I got paid last night, and I had a couple of brews while I was working on this script here, and I bought some cosmetic cases, and I actually got some fucking great cosmetics.
Nice.
I got the helmet from the cover of Full Metal Jacket.
Cool.
Okay. Cool.
For the Scout. So instead of saying Born to Kill, it says Born to Run.
Yeah.
And I completed the set too. So I got his Vietnam flak jacket with the little bullet belt. So I actually got the
you got a kit.
I got the complete Scout kit, and I got, what else did I get? I got a little piece of like armor for the medic, which looked kind of good.
Okay.
It's very discreet. Like I don't wear cosmetics that change the silhouette because I find if you fuck with the art style of Team Fortress too much, it goes against the original game design. I'm a bit of a purist. Visually, I'm a bit of a purist, so I don't.
You love to open cosmetic cases, but you're a purist.
I will. Yeah, exactly. I like to open cosmetic cases, but I will sell or reforge anything that changes the silhouette too much.
Okay.
I got some.
Yeah. Do you get anything other than just like the satisfaction of completing a set? Is there like, you get 5% extra?
Some sets have bonuses. There are no statistical bonuses for sets because that would fucking throw balance out the fucking window.
Exactly,
because that's pay to win, right? Because the hats are rare or expensive, and some of those, like, and now I do have a couple of complete sets where you just leave a calling card on your victim, which basically leaves behind, if you kill them while wearing a complete set, the weapon you killed them with leaves behind a little tombstone with a picture of the weapon on it.
Cool.
So, but it used to give you like literally like 20% damage resistance from sentries or extra movement speed. Wow. So like crazy shit.
When I played, there was definitely like status changing things on the hats and the sets.
They got rid of that stuff right quick though.
Okay.
Yeah, because that was ridiculous.
I'm sure.
Especially like a guy online one time was like, "Yo man, you're a really good pyro. Don't tell anybody I did this." He bought me a $7 hat.
Oh yeah.
And just gifted it to me for being a good player of the team. He's like, I noticed you didn't have any good cosmetics. You've been unlucky. Here, I bought you this. Don't tell anybody. Like, it was $7.50.
Did you tell anybody?
At the time,
He's killing the world right now.
I'm telling iTunes, but I can't remember his username, so I'm not gonna point him out. He's a complete stranger though. He's just some guy I met on Team Fortress from the States. Yep. What else did I play? Oh yeah, I had a Salt moment. You remember I was complaining about Hollow Knight and how I don't like how it takes control away from you a lot?
Yeah.
I actually uninstalled it.
Oh yeah.
And have given up entirely on the game. It's not. I don't find it fun, and I can't get good at it, so I just gave up. I even requested a refund.
Oh yeah.
But I've played too long, so like, listen, we understand, but if you've played past the 2.5 hour mark, so we can't refund it. I was like, that's okay. But Karma, Jotun is currently free. Because the developers are releasing a new game called Sundered, which looks incredible.
I'm unfamiliar. What is Jotun?
Jotun, you play this Viking lady who dies at sea, and then gods won't let her into Valhalla until she proves herself.
Okay.
Because like, oh, you died in a shipwreck, you fucking
Oh,
pussy.
yeah, okay.
Here, slay all these giant monsters. Why don't you?
Yeah.
So it's basically it's a top-down isometric little action RPG. Kind of,
Okay.
it looks same camera angle as Diablo. Beautifully done.
Oh,
It's
yeah?
completely hand drawn. Not that Hollow Knight wasn't beautifully done. Like
No,
the
yeah,
game
that-
itself, I just hated playing.
Yeah, that's
And I just couldn't get the hang of it. It defeated me. But Jotun is really, really awesome. She looks very much like a Disney cartoon. You getting the Sour Patch
I'm
Kid
eating
out
the
of your
melted Sour Patch Kid.
gin.
Oh yeah.
How is it?
It's gross. A bunch of shit on my
I
cup.
thought you were
too.
drinking polar bear pee.
No,
What
no.
happened to that?
He was just mistaken. It was just gin with an orange Sour Patch Kid.
They're actually so
it's
similar.
very close to.
It's all the
polar
pine
bear.
trees up
Yeah.
north.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We're way above the tree line, but when it was shipped here,
Yeah.
yeah, they import it.
Uh,
What else did I do? I bought a new PS3 controller because mine kept going left.
cool.
And at some point it just stopped working entirely, so I couldn't sync up my PS4 controller anymore, so
Yeah.
I couldn't use my PlayStation at all.
I have a PS4 controller that always goes left as well.
Yeah, what the
actually.
fuck?
I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
who knows, man.
Yeah.
I got a new one of those. Synced up my PS4 controller with my Steam Link and have been playing a lot of games in the living room,
Okay.
which is pretty nice.
Nice.
I
set mine up yet.
started playing the Banner Saga after I got salty at Hollow Knight. I started playing the first one
I restarted my Banner Saga too.
again.
Yeah, I got to the point where I'm fighting Bellower,
Yeah.
and I'm 200 level. Like I fucked up my renown distribution, so like I'm having such a hard time. I'm like, I don't want to lower the difficulty because it's such an amazing game.
Yeah.
And I actually enjoy the difficulty where it is so much. It's just this one fight was too hard, so I was like, fuck it, I'm starting over. I'm gonna do this better.
Yeah. Well, because I bought the Banner Saga 2 on sale and hadn't got into it because I was playing Nier, which I'm disappointed with, but not as salty about with
Hollow Knight.
as Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight I'll never play again. Like I tried to return it, but Jotun's free, so I got rid of one indie game, and then Jotun is free to celebrate the new release, and I was like, well, you know what, this is great. It's a bit of a boss rush.
Okay.
So there's there's pretty small levels. They're very pretty, very intricate, and not a whole lot of enemies. Sometimes it's just environmental hazards. You collect runes, then you get to fight a boss. The bosses are challenging, but I didn't find them to be thus far impossible.
Yeah.
The one thing though, one of the indie game little kind of caveats that come with this game, I killed the first boss with a tiny sliver of health,
Okay.
but it doesn't negate like this cloud of poison she puts out. So she spit out
taking
the
damage.
she spit out the poison. I hit her. I got the achievement. Then I died,
Then you died.
and I had to
Yeah.
restart the fight.
That's so
And I was
frustrating.
like, "Are you
That's
for
it.
real?"
That's
right
some
now?
like Dark Souls. I want to be the bossy shit.
Well,
like, yeah.
Dark Souls is different though, because that's happened to people before
Yeah.
in Dark Souls. If you kill the boss at the exact same time, still counts.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you do not have to fight the boss again.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
It's
because
also like,
once the bonfire or the
Okay.
lantern in Bloodborne appears
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
room, you just spawn there.
I also played. I also played Tekken 7 this week, which was I played at work. It was good.
Bueno, no bueno.
People who play fighting games said it's good. It's most accessible to
Yeah.
other people who don't play fighting games because it's like simply up, down, up, middle, down, kick or punch, heavy or light,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like kind of like a very pure, easy to master game. I played the Panda against people who play fighting games and barely won at all. But,
Barely.
yeah.
Hey, high fives all around.
Up
Yeah.
top.
Up top. Yeah.
Hey.
Bringing it back.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, everybody. That's been the Lore Boys podcast. What else did I do? Jotun. And I watched Castlevania on Netflix.
Nice.
Surprisingly good.
I heard
yeah?
that. I heard that. Yeah.
And, like it's just the beginning. It's basically just a prologue to just be like, can we
do this?
Can we
shit?
take a video game and turn it into other media without making it garbage?
Yeah, well, it
And
hasn't been done yet.
Yeah, so far
Maybe Advent Children.
they got renewed.
I kind of
Advent
like the
Children,
WoW
yeah.
movie too. Like,
Oh, I did like the WoW movie.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
Well, the Warcraft movie.
I haven't seen it yet.
yeah.
I saw clips
it
on
was
YouTube.
a prelude to Legion. Come on.
Well, yeah,
No,
but
it's the story. It's
the
the
story of the
story.
first
Yeah,
game.
it's Warcraft 1 story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
There's a
yeah.
lot of elements coming back and
Yeah,
forth,
yeah.
but that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's certainly a good intro. It proves that they can animate and tell a decent story. It's funny too. It's got good humor in it.
Good humor.
Yeah, I very much liked it, and I think that's all the video games. Oh, I was an extra in a movie again.
Oh,
I was
figured.
in The Gift with Patrick Stewart and Katie Holmes. really movie magic moment where it was about 100 of us in a 4,000-person auditorium.
Okay.
And all they would do is sit us as a crowd down
There.
in front of a green screen.
Okay.
And then move us around, and they're going to copy-paste us all together.
Okay.
So when that movie comes out, I'm going to look for the opening scene, the opening concert, and I'm going to see how many times I can see myself in the audience.
When you say copy paste all together, like, are you going to be your own person, or are you going to be like 3 people copy pasted together?
I don't know if
to like change it up.
One giant amalgamation of 100 people.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't
just
know.
one guy in the audience. They just took all of your features and combined them into one person.
Yeah, it's Patrick Stewart's The Gift, where he serenades the thing
Yeah.
from the thing.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah, exactly. An auditorium of fused together people.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. I posted a picture of me with my dumb little bow tie on Instagram.
Yeah.
If you guys saw that.
Nice.
It's on
War boy,
Warboy's Instagram.
sometimes fancy boy.
Yeah, I got dressed up this week too. I was all dressed up in a
Nobody
suit for some
fucking
clients.
cares, James.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
No, sorry. What were you doing?
No, we had our clients in town, so they were taking us out in Iqaluit. But
Jim is an escort.
yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, I got dressed up all nice and head back to the igloo, and it was smooth sailing. Yeah.
I don't call him James Smooth Sailing Miller, the prostitute, for nothing.
Yeah, up and alert
Yeah.
in Nunavut. So that was a good intro. I like that. Very, very busy weeks all around.
Yeah.
Now, I think I may have mentioned it, but do y'all know what we're covering? Sorry, I keep leaning forward. My ankle's very itchy.
You did mention it, and we're talking about Deus Ex.
Deus Ex, the
Deus Ex.
classic games, as well as some other shit.
Yeah, God from.
So, for some reason, there's a mobile game that's supposed to be great. I got some friends who worked on it at Squeenix,
Okay.
Square Enix. Deus Ex Go on mobile is a canon story. Now, of course, just remember that everything that happens in the prequels has to tie into the original games.
Yes.
And since the prequel trilogy isn't done because Square Enix are a pack of retards, at present, nothing of consequence has occurred
Okay.
at all.
Okay.
But they happened. And it's the
Yeah.
Lore Boys podcast.
Yeah,
And
that's
as I said back at Team Fortress 2, I put in a B+ effort for a B+
B plus.
podcast.
Yeah.
And hopefully I don't slur Deus Ex as Day of Sex, and hopefully I can say terrorist attack.
Terrorist attack.
Terrorist attack.
I think you made it through the whole last one without saying Day of Sex, right?
No, I didn't say Day of Sex, but I did say terrorist attacked
Yeah.
4 or 5 times in a row.
There's a lot of similar syllables in there. Yeah.
Similar syllables. Similar syllables.
Similar syllables. Unique New York.
Yeah.
That's right.
So yeah, in Deus Ex Go, Adam Jensen is sent to billionaire Sasha Novak's mansion to save him from terrorists.
Nice.
They are being funded by the Swiss.
It begins.
It begins! The Swiss Costabar Bank. The terrorists are from an organization known as Iron Flank, which was actually set up by Sasha Novak as a military test bed for augmented soldiers. So they have a bunch of experimental murder weapons.
And the murder weapons go against their creator? That's what you're saying?
Well, they're people, and they're being paid off now by a Swiss bank. Because apparently, if you're experimenting in the military, you're morally flexible.
Oh, that's,
So this billionaire was just like, please, I'm going to experiment on your bodies and give you all this crazy weaponry. And then a Swiss bank was just like, what if we gave you slightly more money
Slightly
and
more
also
money.
Nazi gold?
he's a billionaire, but we're multiple billionaires.
Multi-billionaires.
Is that how that works?
A multi-billionaire?
No, multiple billionaires.
Oh,
becoming-
they are. That's true. A bank
Yeah.
would be multiple
Yeah,
billionaires.
it'd be a
Yeah,
couple
a good
people.
bank at least.
Yeah, a Swiss bank. I mean, they got, like you said, they got all that Nazi gold.
Yeah. It's little stamps, little eagle stamps.
Little eagle stamps.
Now, of course, there's a binary choice at the end of this one. Jim Miller, your boss and our co-host, tells Adam Jensen to murder Novak to prevent the military augs from being sold, while Alex Vega, who is your buddy from Mankind Divided, the hacker lady, says to arrest him. One or the other may or may not occur. The endings have not at present been canonized.
Okay.
I've talked at length about this before. The Criminal Past DLC occurs slightly before Mankind Divided, is when you are sent into a prison for the augmented on top of a mesa in the desert to get out one of your buddies who's in too deep, man. He's in too deep.
Yeah.
And you play through that. But I think I spoke about that on the last podcast because I actually played through it and I liked it a lot.
Yeah, we certainly did.
There's also the System Rift DLC, which I've mentioned that I know about but have not played.
Okay.
So it's got really mixed to low reviews on Steam, mostly due to the length and the fact it feels like it was carved out of the game and sold back to us, which I'm suspicious it was because it takes place between the terrorist attack at the beginning of the game and also the final mission of the game.
Oh,
so
yeah.
this is just it's just a hover chapter that
yeah.
happens. Oh, we don't know when it is. It
Yeah.
happens sometime after the beginning,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
before the end.
But it's not out of the game itself.
No,
Trust
exactly.
us.
But we didn't carve this out to sell it you
No,
for
yeah.
$12.
Yeah.
Square Enix would never do
Yeah.
that.
They're good people.
Yeah. See, when Square Enix did the exact same thing to Deus Ex Human Revolution.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they did that.
Yeah.
But anyway, a character from the first game named Francis Pritchard, who is your IT guy, your hacker. He's also a dickhead, but like a lovable dickhead.
Okay, good
But
dickhead.
you know he's a dickhead because he's got no beard and a ponytail.
Ugh.
And no self-respecting man walks around like that.
No,
If a guy with
that's
a
gross.
ponytail has a beard, is he respecting all of a sudden?
Yeah, because then you kind of
Respectful?
look like a biker or like a guitarist from a hardcore band.
Yeah.
Or something, but just like clean shaven, ponytail. What are you trying to do, man?
So the ponytail is the problem more than like you need a beard to fix the ponytail, because if you
It's he's just missing the ingredients basically.
Okay.
It's like if you tried to make a cake without eggs. The beard is the eggs.
Then you
yeah,
got a stupid flat cake.
Then
But
you got
like a
shit
beard,
cake.
yeah, a
You got a
beard-
shit cake.
Yeah,
You got a guy with a
that's
ponytail and no beard.
Yeah.
yeah, but the eggs are always good, which is the beard. The beard works without the ponytail, but
Eggs are
the
great.
ponytail does not work without the beard.
Eggs are fantastic,
Yeah.
I love
but
it.
you don't just open a box of Betty Crocker and just like fist feed yourself with powder.
No, because then
Well,
you're a
well, I do,
dickhead.
but-
Yeah.
Because then you're a guy with a ponytail and no
Yeah.
beard.
That's the thing that a guy with a ponytail would do.
Fucking asshole. I'm only halfway through my first drink and already I'm feeling
I'm like 4 deep, man.
Really?
Yeah,
4G?
that-
Oh, that's why I thought you were sleepy at the beginning.
No,
You're just
no.
you got a little bit of a shine on.
Is that slow blink you're saying?
Oh, yeah.
That's just the gin.
Yeah, where
talking.
you're
That's
like
a polar bear urine.
like a gecko where they're out of sync. Oh man, I was on public transit. Yesterday with my girlfriend, and I was heading to work. She was heading to work. We're just chatting, and
Yeah.
she's like talking.
On the dog sled.
It
by
was
the way.
so yeah.
Yeah.
This
The
was
public dog.
it's one of the rudest things I've ever done, but like I actually don't remember what she was saying because I looked out the window and I was just like, oh my god, that guy has a chameleon. And this dude just walks on with this fucking terrarium
Yeah.
with like a 7-inch chameleon in it,
Yeah.
and he kept like poking it down because it kept like crawling up to the
Yeah.
opening, and then it would just sit there. He's like, no, I don't want you to fall out, and then
Yeah.
it would just like
Yeah, climb back up.
with their weird little alternating
Yeah.
like, gates.
I have a very similar story. One time, I was on the public dog side with my girlfriend, and a guy got on with an iguana, but it was just in his backpack, and he had it on a leash.
Whoa.
And he just took it out of his bag, and it was just sitting on his lap, this iguana on a leash.
Dude, I used to have an iguana. They're actually super mellow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it was really cute.
Wow.
Funnily enough, mine died. I had him for 7 years.
Oh, yeah?
Mine died because my dad kept the house too cold.
Oh, yeah?
So obviously reptiles need to stay warm. And the time between his heat lamp turning on and off, which simulates day and night, was
Okay.
not enough, and he ended up getting a blood clot in his tail and died.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Whoa.
but generally those things can get huge, like
Yeah.
10, 15 pounds,
Yeah.
and they also live for 20 years.
I didn't know that.
Mine lived
Wow.
for 7, I
7,
believe. When I got him, he was like
Yeah.
like 6 or 7 inches. When he
Little baby.
died, after part of his tail broke off because of the cold. So the first part of his tail broke off,
Yeah.
and then he died maybe a year or two later.
Okay.
How social are they? I met one and it stayed under the couch most of the time.
When they get older, they mellow out, but when they're young, they're a little bit feisty. Like when I go in salt water, I look like I tried to kill myself because
Oh, yeah?
my arms are covered in scratches.
Oh, yeah?
And for some reason, salt water brings that shit out.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
They're a little bit feisty when they're young. They're quite fast. But yeah, like I got him when he was about 7 inches long, and then when he died, even after losing some of his tail, he was close to 2 feet. Like it's a big one.
Wow.
And they're herbivorous, so you don't need to buy crickets or anything
Oh,
fucked
really?
up
That
like
I
that.
didn't know.
Yeah, iguanas are herbivorous. They have a wicked bite. However, I've been bit a
I
couple.
bet, yeah.
I've been bit a couple times. They do have like
Yeah.
needle teeth.
Well, they're from the desert, and they eat plants, so I assume they eat a lot of cactuses.
No,
or something.
iguanas aren't. Not these ones. I had a green iguana.
Oh, okay.
So it's a forest animal.
Yeah.
Like a raccoon or a bear.
They're the same
They're
thing.
Just
Same
like
thing,
raccoons.
Yeah.
Trust
Raccoons
me.
and bears both got pretty good bites, too.
Yeah, and raccoons got cute little hands.
Yeah.
Iguanas got cute little hands.
Damn, iguanas always getting into my trash cans.
That's like a tropical problem.
Yeah.
That's not something that happens up here
Yeah.
in Nunavut.
No.
In Alert.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wouldn't last a day.
At least this far from the Nunavut rainforest. No.
No, exactly. Yeah. Well, we're above the rainforest tree line.
Yeah.
Only slightly,
Oh.
but yeah, it's where the ground is.
But
too,
when you hit that line,
too cold.
it's just verdant rainforest.
Oh,
like
as far as I can see.
100-foot tall
Yeah.
trees.
Yeah.
It's wild.
so thick, it's always dark, which is
Yeah.
nice. I like to set up camp in the jungle there,
Yeah.
because when the sun stops in the sky,
Yeah.
which happens seasonally because we're so far north,
Yeah.
I like to sleep in the shade of the baobab tree.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
With the orangutans.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You just hang out with them. They
Yeah.
bring a little. I like how they like pre-make the coconut drinks for you.
Yeah, I know,
it's
that's
a neat
nice.
thing in ape society.
They make good butlers.
Yeah, they make,
orangutans.
orangutans, fantastic butlers
Yeah.
with the little cuffs and bow ties,
Oh,
no
yeah.
suit, tux tails, grass skirt.
Yeah.
Ducktails and a grass skirt. I
Oh, yeah.
love that.
That would be my monkey butler outfit.
Yeah.
Uniform.
Yeah, that's the go-to, right?
When I'm like hiring him and we're like having the sign language interview over his resume, I'm just be like, and what is your size to be fitted for your grass skirt and tux?
Yeah, it says like business on the top, party on the bottom.
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
Monkey,
luau on the bottom.
yeah. Monkey all year round.
Yeah.
Or ape, excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm not apesist.
Yeah. Speaking of monkeying around, let's get back on topic.
Francis Pritchard. Francis Pritchard. So Adam Jensen works with Francis Pritchard and a hacker named the Shadow Child, who is also your boss
That is
in the.
edgy, man.
Yeah, the Shadow Child. She's your boss in the kind of arcade game that came with Deus Ex, which called Breach.
Okay.
Breach. I mentioned this before. What the hell's his name? Jim Sterling, who's a independent game critic, has contacts apparently at Eidos Montreal, and they told him like Square Enix forced us to cut the end of the game off to work on Breach, which is this fiddly little microtransaction, buy more lives kind of garbage first-person arcade thing. It's not bad.
Okay.
It's not good, and honestly.
meh.
They're sold separately, like because Breach is free, which is why there's like microtransactions in it.
Yeah.
But I wish they were separate clients. In the same way, I wish Doom's multiplayer and single player were separate. Because if I wanted to re-download Doom, it's 82 gigs,
Yeah, I know,
and
it's
I'm not gonna
huge,
play the
man.
multiplayer.
Yeah.
Right? So if they could just separate those like Call of Duty does, because Call of Duty gives you 3 executables. They give you campaign, multiplayer, zombies.
Zambies.
Right? Which is great.
Yeah.
And I wish Deus Ex would do that. I wish they give you the option to uninstall Breach, because I'm not going to play it.
Yeah, no.
And there's no reason that it needs to take up 48 gigs on my hard drive.
It's that big?
Deus Ex Mankind Divided is like 48.
But
something
Breach
like-
itself can't be.
Breach itself can't be that
It's
big.
gotta be like
maybe
2
get it
gigs
down
or
to
something.
46. I
Yeah.
don't know or care. I don't want it.
Yeah, still.
But
that's
anyway,
fair.
Shadow Child is your boss in Breach as well, which is also canonical, where
Okay.
you play
Are
some.
all the games canonical?
Everything apparently,
every
except the
single
ending
thing.
of Invisible War, which we'll get into.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So Breach is canonical. Shadow Child employs a bunch of hackers to go in and hack one of the Palisade Bank servers to
Shadow
steal
Child
information.
with
Yeah.
his or her?
Her. It's a
Her
girl.
hackers.
It's a girl with
It sounded like girl was my first thought when you said Shadow Child.
Shadow Child. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it'd be like,
Tells you about the state of society, eh?
yeah,
Someone says Shadow Child, I think a woman.
you're a bad man.
Yeah.
Did you learn nothing from the Metroid cast?
Yeah. Boys can be girls too. That
Or
was
Mulan.
Metroid cast,
Yeah. Or Mulan.
Or
Or
Mulan.
yeah. I love- So anyway, you're working for a client. Francis Pritchard doesn't tell you who the client you're working for is, nor does Shadow Child, but you find out it's your old boss, David Seraph. He wants you to hack into the Palisade Bank in Prague to get some personal information about some of their clients, because he's suspicious that the Illuminati has got their dirty little money tendrils in these
I
things.
forgot about the Illuminati.
The
They're
Illuminati.
a recurring thing in this series.
Are you
eh?
kidding? They're the
The
only
thing.
character that's in all the games.
Yeah.
The only character that's on. I like that it's a character, like a
Yeah.
singular
The Illuminati,
character.
yeah.
That guy,
Yeah.
Joseph Illuminati.
Speaking, just to go off on a quick tangent, did I ever tell you guys about when I worked? Well, I told you, I mentioned on the podcast before that I worked for an Amazon warehouse for
Yeah.
2.5 years.
Yes.
Right?
yes.
One of the guys there who was like sorting Harry Potter DVDs, which is like one of
As
them
you do.
one of them was fucking destroyed. He's like,
Yeah.
man, you guys ever see anything like this? This is the first thing he's ever said to me, by the way.
Okay.
We call him Leahy because he looked like Leahy from Trailer Park
Nice.
Boys.
Oh yeah.
So Leahy is just like, you guys ever see anything like this? And he's just like completely destroyed.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh yeah, you know. And here, the second thing he has ever said to me was, you guys know about chemtrails, right?
Thank God.
Yeah. He's apparently a big ass Jesus freak too. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, like born again. I saw my old boss and a guy I used to work with for his birthday like 2 weeks ago now.
Okay.
And I was like, asked for the status on people we had nicknames for.
Yeah.
Like Skeety Jesus,
Yeah.
the Elder Skeet,
Yeah.
Um,
you should listen to the Aliens.
Leahy, Big
episode
Mike,
of Lore
Asian
Boys.
Mike. Yeah.
Big Mike.
Well, yeah, it's Big Mike, Asian Mike, JC.
JC. That's Jesus Christ. That's why he loved
Yeah.
Jesus, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
And Aaron.
And Aaron.
Aaron doesn't have a nickname.
JC's
Aaron the Apostle.
Yeah, JC's little known younger brother.
But anyway, you find
Christ.
out. Aaron Christ.
Yeah.
Back on topic, ladies.
He stopped following Christianity and he eventually became Errant Christ.
Errant Christ.
Oh.
Okay, back on topic.
Good pun. I like that. I like you, Ethan.
Yeah.
You're a stand-up dude.
I'm all right.
We should work together on something. We should collaborate at some point.
Not something like that the public can see.
No.
Nothing like that.
No, that'd be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anyway, you end up breaking in. You find out it's David Seraph who wants to hack it, and on the CTO's personal computer, Adam finds out that the Illuminati employee Stanton Dowd, another fantastic name,
Stanton,
who is from the first game, he's from Deus Ex. He has been blackmailing the bank into giving the Illuminati all of the bank's client information.
Oh.
Yeah. And then basically, because this DLC is carved out of the middle and takes place at some points between the beginning and end,
Of the game.
it is of no consequence and has no effect on anything and is completely meaningless.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm really glad we went on a tangent
Yeah.
instead of talking about this.
Talking about it, yeah.
$12 spent on nothing.
Ultimately nothing.
Oh, but fuck, speaking of which, I sent my dad, I was so wasted last night, it was unbelievable. I was like looking at my Facebook statuses.
Okay.
Drunk Peter last night doesn't remember doing this, but he was on fire.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones last
I
night,
posted a meme or two last night,
Yeah.
But I was buying cosmetics for Team Fortress, and I text, my dad thinks video games are so stupid,
Yeah.
except for the time he watched me play Dark Souls.
Yeah.
And I sent him a text, I was like, I finally reached this point in my, because he's an accountant, I always update him on my finances.
Yeah.
I was like, I reached this point in my savings now, doing really well, and now I'm going to spend $30 on cosmetic items in a video game, so you can be very proud and then instantly ashamed of me. And for some reason, he was just like, I was up till 3:30 just worrying about my kids and their money, just telling you got to put away 10% what you make a year if you want to be a millionaire when you're 50.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, then I did the math, and that's actually a lot more than what I put away now, because I put away $150 a month.
Yeah.
And I'd have to put away $240.
Yeah.
So I might bump it up.
Everyone knows how much you make now.
Oh, who cares?
$240 a month.
Yeah.
But we don't know what country though that is because we know it's
We're international. We use credits. I need to put away 240 credits a month.
Yeah.
credits.
Food stamps.
Yeah, exactly.
I put 200.
They're very
240 food stamps.
They're very
under my head.
They're very difficult to store.
Yeah.
I'm out of shoe boxes. I'm going to garbage bags.
Food stamps. I almost said shoe stamps.
Shoe stamps.
Do poor people buy shoes with shoe stamps?
I think they get welfare is just money, so yeah, you can just use cash for that.
I think that's
food stamps are for food only. I don't think you get I don't think you get like a resource stamp.
I think that's like level 2 poor people's attack actually. Shoe stamp.
Level
Shoe
2.
stamp.
When you level up.
Oh my god,
Shoe stamp.
James!
What the fuck?
I think we've all been poor at some point in our lives.
I am poor.
Yeah. Just digging.
I am poor. I got my shoe stamps this morning.
Hey, you're not even wearing them.
I'm not even wearing shoes.
I'm not.
No, you got it from another poor person.
Oh, no, I traded my shoe stamps.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trade up for some cigarette stamps.
Yeah, I traded for polar bear urine so I can make my cocktail.
Gin stamps.
Yeah.
There were some comics called The Children's Crusade, which covers Adam Jensen's first mission with TF-29, where an anti-AUG activist named Titus King is kidnapped by radical pro-AUG activists.
Okay.
So this is the extreme right and the extreme left just fighting each other, which is what they do, because all they do is fight.
Yeah, that's right. That sounds about right.
It covers the dealings with that. His son Sebastian King is killed, and TF-29 saves Titus. He is of no importance.
Good to know.
He is never mentioned in the game, which comes after this. He is never mentioned in the original games.
just the comics.
Just the comics, exactly.
Titus.
Yeah.
And he's the main character in these?
No, this is Adam's first mission with TF-29.
Oh,
so
sorry,
Adam
okay.
is the main character in this one. However, Adam is not the main character in Deus Ex Hardline, which focuses on Alex Vega, who is, again, your friend.
His buddy.
Yeah. It's a chick.
She buddy.
She is Alex Vance.
Buddy with
She is Alex Vance from Half-Life 2 in every single way. She is a little bit shorter than you.
Oh, yeah.
She's very smart. She's very capable. She is multi-ethnic in some description.
So, yeah.
She's just kind of like a darker skinned lady, sort of.
It's a mystery.
She's ethnically ambiguous, exactly. Well, I mean, like Alex Vance from Half-Life, we know. Eli is a black guy and her mom is Asian.
Yeah.
Get that little in between.
Yeah. What years do Deus Ex like compared to us right now?
Deus Ex Mankind Divided, which is where we are now, is 2029.
2029.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're going to move into the timeline in a second here because we're almost done covering all this other shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
I was just making sure races were not like so like intertwined that it was like hard for us to
everybody was
tell.
like that,
You
yeah.
know, yeah.
Gray people? No.
No, okay.
People, I love it when people are just like, one day we're all going to be one race. And I was like, that will take literally millions of years, you fucking idiot.
So long.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
It would definitely
Because at this point, it's already been 900,000 years, and it's
we're not
still
there
not
yet.
true.
Yeah, but
guys.
travel has never been as good as it is now,
Yeah,
and I
okay,
think
yeah.
like even in just like 1,000 years, like the climate of what race is will be
Yeah.
so wildly different that we'll never even get.
There's
to
a great
know
line
it
from
yet.
Shameless from the characters. It's like a white guy and a black lady, and he's just like, I just want to make sure that we can have some nice little babies together and make little future people. She's like, future people? What the hell is that? He's like, that's what I call adorable mixed race babies. Future people. I was like, fucking love that.
All people are future people.
Yeah,
like,
exactly, yeah.
So-
Anyway, so this is Hardline. Hardline focuses on Alex Vega as she goes up against some corrupt cops in Prague, and she is forced to weigh her choices in the fight against the Illuminati.
Okay.
All right, and finally, Deus Ex: The Dawning Darkness covers the mission of Arun Singh. Remember the prologue mission, the arms deal where they were selling literal arms. In Deus Ex: Mankind Divided in
It was
Dubai.
the triads?
No, it was where are they? The Jinn, Jinn.
Okay.
They were Islamic radical group
Okay.
buying robot arms, and you
Okay,
send
yeah.
Arun Singh in undercover with the Jinn. This covers his mission there, leading up to the point where
cool.
Adam Jensen has to
And
save
this is-
him with TF-29, which is the tutorial mission of Mankind Divided.
Sorry, I'm a step behind. This is still Hardline?
No, this is the Dawning Darkness.
Oh,
Hardline
yeah.
was just about
Dawn-
Vega and some cops
Dawn of
and
the
the
Dark.
Illuminati. Yeah, Dawn of
George A.
Darkness.
Romero's Dawn of the Dark.
Exactly, Dawn of the Darkness.
Okay.
Which is about race tension.
Yeah.
It's a really good movie too.
And Zambies.
And Zambies. And anyway, in this book, it is revealed that Joseph Manderley, who is the leader of UNATCO in the first game, is
Yeah.
being controlled by Bob Page, who I hope we all remember as the head of Page Industries.
The guy who
and
made Cyborg.
an
right?
Illuminati man.
Yeah.
No, that was some other guy. The father of augmentation, whose name I have since forgotten. Go listen to our previous episode
Who's
about
the guy
Deus
in the
Ex.
wheelchair? Is Bob Page not the guy in the wheelchair?
Bob Page is not in a wheelchair. The crippled guy is something.
It's irrelevant.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I thought it was, though.
Yeah. Go listen to the episode.
Bob Page was the bad guy at the end of
Bob Page is the bad guy at the end of Human Revolution,
Okay.
bad guy throughout Mankind Divided, bad guy throughout Deus Ex. He's the head of Page Industries.
Even future Deus Ex?
Yeah, man, he's a character from the OG.
Whoa.
Whoa, guys. That was a very good kids in an 80s movie reaction,
Yeah.
and your backwards baseball cap really helps.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
cinches it. Yeah.
So Joseph Manderley is your boss from the first game, and he is also the head of TF-29. So this confirms all suspicions that TF-29, whether Jim Miller knows it or not, is an Illuminati front.
Okay.
So that's why Adam Jensen plays double agent in Mankind Divided, because he's like, listen, Interpol's doing good work. I gotta stop all these anti-AUG racists, despite all their points being completely valid, that we're dangerous people. And then Manderley is controlled by Bob Page.
Okay.
So it's all Illuminati chains. They got their money and everything.
Cool.
Now, finally, after Mankind Divided takes place entirely in 2029.
Okay.
In 2030, VersaLife releases a cure for AIDS.
That's
Is
good.
VersaLife in the previous games?
VersaLife is part of Page Industries.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
VersaLife is in the old games. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's a good thing.
They make ambrosia, which we'll get into.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I remember that word.
Yeah. And then VersaLife, of course, just for those who may have forgotten.
It was a word already.
Ambrosia,
It was
yeah.
a word before the Deus Ex
I remember
series.
They
him
call it
speaking about
ambrosia.
Yeah, I remember him speaking about it specifically. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because it's at no point in the new games does anybody look straight at the camera and go
Ambrosia?
which happens a bunch in
Oh,
the original, and it's
oh,
so
yeah.
stupid. I love it.
That's great.
Yeah. Oh, and sadly, actually, I never did get around to playing Invisible War.
Yes,
Just
you mentioned
you know
it
what? Yeah, sorry.
That's life, man.
Yeah, played 3 of the 4.
We're lore boys. We're busy boys.
Busy boys, real
Yeah.
jobs. Who we
Yeah.
hate.
That's it. The own invisible war that we fight every day.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, VersaLife, for those who may not remember, don't want to go back and listen to it. VersaLife develops the anti-AUG rejection drug known as neuropazine.
Okay. Yeah,
Remember,
yeah,
it's that
yeah, I
drug.
remember that,
Yeah, exactly.
That's what made it possible, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's based on people's DNA, and like Adam Jensen doesn't need us because he's a Wunderkind.
Yeah.
But
okay.
most, 99.99% of people
Need this
require neuropazine, which is made by VersaLife exclusively, and VersaLife is part of Page Industries. Bob Page is part of the Illuminati. The Illuminati is real and control everything.
I'm excited to get to ambrosia now. 'Cause I'm wondering if it has something to do with neuropazine.
Ambrosia. Also in 2030, a massive earthquake destroys a huge amount of San Francisco and dumps all of Los Angeles into the sea.
I can't wait for that, though.
Yeah, conspiracy theorists blame possible nuclear experimentation in the San Andreas Fault. So maybe the Illuminati did this, as of yet unconfirmed. However, this has an unintended effect. Focus on the relief effort leave much of the country behind, and this leads to the creation of the suspected terror group. I'm going to get into the definition of terrorism a little bit later on.
Okay.
Really? I find it very interesting.
Okay.
Wait, the definition of terrorism as per Deus Ex?
Yes.
Okay.
In the Deus Ex and even the XCOM 2 context, which I want to get into, is technically terrorism, but is it okay in this case? Yeah, which is I'll get into it.
Well, it's always from the point of view, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, sort of. Yeah. And then the creation of the suspected terror group, the NSF, which is the National Secessionist Forces. They take over Utah, Arizona, and New Mexico and try to secede from the United States.
Okay.
And they continue to wage war. In November 20th.
So they're Texas is what you're saying. The NSF is Texas.
They're Texas.
Yeah, okay.
Always Texas. All the time. They were inspired by Texas.
Yeah.
Inspired by
Lone Star.
Yeah.
It sounds like a restaurant.
Inspired by Texas.
Yeah.
All Utah. And then November 20th, 2033, Alex Denton is assigned a false birthday. Now, if you remember, Paul Denton, brother of the J.C. Denton, the main character from the first game, remember he was the OG? He's the only one who's not a clone?
Yeah.
JC's a clone?
JC's the clone.
Alex Denton is the player character from Invisible War.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's a
Is
clone.
he a clone?
He's a clone.
Another clone.
Assigned a false birthday. He is taken
okay.
out of his clone tube or whatever they're made in, probably tubes.
Okay. He's a clone of the same guy that JC's a clone of.
Paul Denton. Paul Denton is the only Who man.
Okay.
And at some point between 2031 and 2035, Majestic 12,
Oh, yeah.
MJ12, leads a coup against the Illuminati. We'll find out why in a bit.
Okay.
So the Illuminati is officially destroyed in 2035, and all that is left behind is a splinter faction of Majestic 12 or MJ12, who are the people who are researching alien crap at Area 51.
Okay.
If you guys remember.
Yeah.
You know, they're just like, we got all this alien shit, possible alien bodies.
Should probably just like run a current through it or something, see what happens.
Exactly. Just plug the fucker in, man.
Try lighting it on fire.
Yeah.
It's the potato battery experiment
exactly.
of the government.
They're just powering little light bulbs. It's like a science fair. Like, all those alien tech.
Those like Bristol boards.
Putting like baking soda and vinegar in his mouth.
Although,
I don't know, every time I put baking soda in this thing's mouth, it's just like all this green fire comes out. It's really cold. I don't get it.
Although, with the current U.S. president, a science fair is probably the best way to present that kind of information to him. Just like walk him through it, let him look at all like the shiny, the colorful Bristol boards.
Listen, Mr. President, if we hook up the alien brain here, as you can see, to this 160-watt light bulb, it lights up. It's like. Okay. You know, I'm. You kicked the mic?
I kicked the mic.
Bitch. I'm surprised that they haven't released like alien documentation. This is what definitely proves to me that nothing is at Area 51 is that Trump hasn't tweeted alien bodies yet. Like a selfie or his like son standing next to an alien body.
Because he is an alien, maybe.
Maybe
lizard person.
Oh my god! But aren't they all?
Yeah, they are all. They're all lizard people.
Yeah, surprisingly, no reptile people. Can confirm going forward. Spoilers for the end of the cast.
Well, you said it the last cast.
No lizard men. I'm following up. I got
Still no lizard men.
Still no lizard men. Yeah.
What makes a lizard? Is it they have to lay eggs? They have to have scales. They have to have no ears. Is that what a lizard is?
There's definitely more to it than that.
I think Well, I'm no expert.
Crocodiles, all those things.
Okay, well, name a lizard.
They're not lizards.
Name a lizard or another animal that doesn't meet those specifications.
Dude, all lizards.
Like if that's the law, does that fit? No ears, lays eggs, has scales.
A crocodile is not a lizard.
What is it?
It's a crocodile.
It's a crocodilian. They're their own thing.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Okay. I stand corrected.
Turtle.
A turtle.
What's a turtle?
It's a turtle.
It's an amphibian?
They're like terrapins or something.
Yeah, they are amphibious.
Also, snakes.
They're lizards.
Four legs. He said.
Snakes ain't lizards.
4 legs was one of his.
I didn't say that.
I don't think he said 4 legs.
I said no ears, lays eggs, and has scales.
Yeah.
Oh, has scales.
Snakes.
Snakes.
Okay.
There's lots of reptiles.
Also,
I stand corrected.
On the Is It a Lizard podcast.
On the Is It a Lizard podcast. Also, just to go forward, just for one last example, fish.
Yeah. This coffee mug, is it a lizard?
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Nope, it's not a lizard. Doesn't lay eggs.
And no leg.
It's cold-blooded.
Oh.
What?
Cold-blooded coffee mug.
Not when it started with the bear pee. Okay. Yeah.
I get my bear pee.
All right. So let me know on Twitter what a lizard is. Thank you.
Yeah, just send pictures of shit to James and ask him if it's a lizard yes, lizard no.
Yeah.
Why are lizards?
Yeah. If there's any lizardologists listening, please educate us.
Yeah.
It's a herpetologist?
Herpetologists.
Because they study reptiles.
Yeah.
But not reptoids. Reptoids are the people who run the government.
Yeah, that sounds right.
But not in Deus Ex, which we're going to get back to. And the year is 2035.
Sounds right.
I'm ready for it.
Boom. I'm not as good at segues as James is, but I'm working on it. King of all segues.
Yeah.
Oh, that's I don't know what lizards are, so don't beat yourself up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. Never mind. Maybe I won't compare myself to.
I don't think anybody has actually nailed down what a lizard is.
No, wait, okay, live birth does not happen to lizards.
It might happen to some, I don't know.
They don't have ears. This was fine.
Not on the outside of their heads.
So far.
They can still hear.
Well, they can hear, yeah, but no, they don't have, like...
floppy ears.
Yeah, like you and I do.
Yeah.
But Ethan, he doesn't have ears.
He doesn't have ears.
Yeah.
Frostbite took him.
Yeah. I drank too much polar bear urine when I passed out in the snow.
Yeah, is cold blood, like,
outside the igloo.
Are there warm-blooded lizards?
No, not warm-blooded reptiles.
No warm-blooded reptiles at all.
There we go.
That's a thing about being a reptile.
Yeah.
Are cars lizards? Guys.
Depends who's driving.
Guys, it's the sky lizards.
Shut up. Yeah.
Guys,
So
it's lizards.
It's the year 2035.
But how come lizards?
Are there lizards in 2035?
There are.
Okay.
There are. Also in 2035, having lined up all the Illuminati's political, financial, and military and religious arms beneath it, MJ-12 inherits the mantle of the de facto ruler of Asia, Eastern Europe, South America, and its rebellion is complete.
Holy
Wow.
moly.
MJ-12 took over.
That is a big takeover.
Yeah, that's a lot.
This is Bob Page, by the way.
Yeah.
Bob Page of Page Industries that owns VersaLife, which gives you neuropazine, which keeps your bodies from rejecting its mechanical
which is why it
bits.
makes it easy to take over.
Yeah.
Like, you're a cyborg, you're stronger than everybody else. I'll give you the stuff that you need to stay alive.
Bob Page is augmented, though. He's been augmented since at least 2027.
Sounds like a real estate agent, man. Like
Bob Page?
Yeah. Like, I don't know what about his name. His name?
Bob Dole.
Yeah.
Bob Dole. Bob Page doesn't need this.
Yeah.
All right, and then Paul and JC Denton's parents are killed by Majestic 12, also in 2035. JC is sent to Switzerland for schooling while under the watchful eye of MJ-12 because he's a clone of Paul.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Can we get a recap of MJ-12?
Majestic 12, I did, like 2 minutes ago.
Okay.
But then we talked about lizards.
Then we talked about lizards.
Yeah.
Is MJ-12 lizard?
Majestic 12 is not lizards.
They're the government force that had to do with Area 51.
Correct,
Right?
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
they
yeah,
work on
yeah,
alien
yeah,
bullshit
yeah.
at Area 51. It's Majestic 12. It's a real organization.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
in
now I remember
in the
that.
Deus Ex
Yeah.
universe, they also take over the Illuminati.
Yeah, why not?
Sure.
Whatever.
Sure.
Why not?
Gotta do something.
Why not? You gotta do something, yeah.
Yeah,
You gotta stay busy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
Yeah.
like, well, I could just take over the entire planet.
Yeah.
Or from the people who already rule the planet.
Yeah, using a shadow organization.
And using a shadow organization inside another shadow organization.
Yeah.
Inside
Why
a shadow
not?
child.
Inside a shadow child.
Whoa! Spoilers!
Yeah. Whoa.
Who lays eggs? And the egg that she laid was the Majestic 12.
And had no ears.
And no ears. And scales. And was also a fish lizard.
Fish lizard. It's like an amphibian.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a frog is a fish lizard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A fish without gills. Is that a lizard?
Yeah.
Is there a fish without gills? I think that's
A
a
dead-
No, I think
dead
it just
ones.
becomes
Yeah.
a lizard already. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
evolution. We're all technically fish without gills.
Yeah.
If you go back far enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. In 2040, Paul Denton, age 22, graduates from university and joins UNATCO, the United Nations Anti-Terrorist Coalition, which was established as an Illuminati front and is actually acts as the police for Majestic 12. He thinks he's a good guy.
Oh,
But he's not a good guy.
Bad guy.
He is a policeman for Majestic 12.
Oh.
So after 2040, we come to 2046, where work on the Ambrosia project is suspected to have begun. Ambrosia is a vaccine, so they create the vaccine first, because Bob Page is always 2 steps ahead
Yes.
of the world. Bob Page, Alex Jones.
I feel like as far as chemistry and medicine is concerned, you can't create a vaccine first. It's like literally impossible. You have to know what the actual thing will do and how.
But what if it wasn't chemistry?
Yeah.
8? Oh, cucked again, Ethan.
Cucked again. I'm the cuck lord here.
Gotcha. What if it wasn't chemistry? Right?
Well,
We'll get
what
into
was
it.
it?
We'll get.
What did
What you
was it?
I'm not talking about the game yet.
That's true. You not talk about the game yet.
Yeah.
What are lizards? Anyway, ambrosia is a vaccine created by multi-billionaire Bob Page for what's going to be ends up being called, terrible English, the Great Death. A single dose of ambrosia, which is 20 cc's, will temporarily cure any individual who uses it and will provide 48 hours of immunity to the virus. Okay. After 48 hours, however, if the individual does not continue using the medication, they will once again become at risk of contracting Grey Death. Ambrosia is currently the only known vaccine for the Grey Death, and the sole producer of it is... You want to take a guess at which
Bob Page.
Bob Page.
Well, Bob Page Industries.
Closer?
That people who made the Bob Page's like medicals.
Versalife,
people.
exactly.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Bob Page's medical people.
Yeah.
Bob Page
Industries. It's a subsidiary. That's fine.
Bob Page, Pasadena. Yeah. Pete Porter, Pasadena.
Also,
Pasadena.
I like the idea of Grey Death, like being like all of the aliens we've found so far just suffered from Grey Death. There aren't actually great people.
This actually coming up here is my favorite note I've ever seen. I copied it verbatim from the Deus Ex Wiki because it's just a fucking shit, out of context, complete nonsense sentence fragment. 2047, J.C. Denton graduates from Swiss school.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
What?
Yeah, that's where you go to learn to become Swiss.
Yeah.
Yeah. You learn how to bank.
Neutrality.
You learn how to be neutral.
Yep.
Yeah. You learn what else? You learn how to make mountains.
Chocolate.
Live around mountains.
Chocolate.
You learn chocolate.
I was gonna say waffles, but that's Belgium.
Yeah, the chocolate course is long. I think it's like
It's a 2-year program.
Yeah. It's a program all by itself.
It's worth
chocolate.
it.
Yeah.
Ultimately.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Swiss.
Everybody comes out of it so fat, but so happy.
So happy. jolly fat Swiss people. Yeah.
I feel like Swiss people are thin. I don't know any though.
I've met one or two.
I don't know any Swiss people.
You remember Mario from high school?
Yeah.
He was Swiss.
Okay.
Vivian Waltz.
He was in good shape. Oh yeah, I know Vivian Waltz.
You know a whole family of Swiss
Yeah.
people.
Never mind.
Many Swisses.
Yeah. Multiple swy.
I've been yelled at by a Swiss grandmother actually.
Yeah.
Just
That same
remember.
Swiss grandmother was confused when I was in high school because I had very long hair. She was like, "Are you girl or boy?" And I cut my hair 3 days later. Because it was the third time that it happened to me as a boy going through puberty, and I was like, "This is too much for my fragile psyche." Now I relish in it when people get confused. I use it to my advantage.
With
all
your
the
mustache,
time.
yeah.
I seduce older men, take their money. And I'm like, I was a man this whole time, you fool.
Ethan's the most prominent femme fatale
Yeah, exactly.
in Alert Nunavut.
Oh yeah.
That's how I got the title Cucklord Supreme.
Why is that what you chose this time?
Yeah.
Just because you were already drinking on the way?
Yeah, probably. It's part of my youth outreach thing. I'm memeing. I'm at 110 memeing.
Yeah, listen.
Okay.
You got to meme hard enough with everybody. Sometimes you got to meme with the regular kids. Sometimes you got to meme with 4chan, whoever usually uses that term normally. I don't mind it.
It's becoming a Twitch thing too.
Call
Watch
people,
out.
really?
Cucks, yeah.
Yeah, I got called a cuck in Team Fortress once.
Yeah.
Not in Team Fortress, in Titanfall. I won the round in Last Titan Standing as Scorch, which is like the notoriously shit Titan.
Okay.
And I managed to kill one guy up
Like
close.
shit is in noob shit? Like
No,
it's
as
too
in
easy?
it's actual.
It's actually
It's like
hard to use.
objectively garbage. It's,
Okay.
it's like underpowered as all fuck. But he's my favorite one. And I remember killing this one guy up close, and then I executed him with an execution move, which charged up my super. And then when I whipped around, the last guy on the other team was charging at me.
Yeah.
So I used my super, which obviously the super's calibrated in one hit.
Yeah.
And then in the chat, it was just like, one-armed man, you fucking piece of shit, you fucking cuck, you should fucking kill yourself. And I was just like, I got called a cuck on the internet. It means I have officially made it. I've been promoted. I've been promoted on the internet. I tilted someone so hard.
Yeah, I just realized that you were a pyro character in like any chance you get.
Yeah, I already made that. I already made that distinction. Scorch and well, I was a pyro main for a long time in Team Fortress.
Yeah.
And still am, but I'm trying out other classes.
Okay.
Yeah, like we'll stream it on Twitch at some point.
When you jump on WoW, you'll be a mage.
Gonna be great.
Yeah.
Well, I told you I wanted to be like a frost mage or something, didn't I?
Okay.
Had I ever played?
I play. Yeah, that's right.
Or something like
mention
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On or
Anyway,
off air, I don't remember.
back to it. Yep, doesn't matter. You remember it. It was on air with James.
Yeah.
In 2050, back on the Deus Ex.
Oh yes.
Deus Ex.
The Deus Ex.
Paul Denton the only real child, the only real Denton boy, becomes the first ever nano-augmented human. He has the blue blood. He's got the nano flow.
Okay.
Nano-augmented. No mechanical bits whatsoever. Everything is integrated into his cells.
Okay.
Yeah. 2051, UNATCO and Majestic 12 storm the Knights Templar's last remaining HQ in Paris and
the old
destroy...
rulers of the Illuminati?
Knights Templar and the Illuminati are basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. They storm their headquarters in Paris and destroy the organization. No more Illuminati, just Majestic 12.
Okay.
If I say Illuminati going forward, it is a mistake. Please correct me because I mean MJ12.
They're under new management,
exactly.
basically.
They've
rebranded.
Yeah, rebranded as Majestic 12. Bob Page took over. He was like, UNATCO, get in here. The Illuminati are bad dudes. We gotta go kill the Illuminati, guys.
Yeah.
And everybody at UNATCO is just, yeah, that sounds like a good idea, Page. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Joseph Manderley, too, said probably the same thing with his mustache.
Bob Page was literally doing a, hey, everybody, look over there.
Yeah.
As he, just committed all the most terrible crimes.
Exactly, yeah. The best way to take over an organization is to use your organization, your shadow organization, and just be like, look, I found all these bad guys over here. We should just probably fucking kill them, right, everybody?
Fucking narc.
Right?
The Illuminati, the Illuminati.
Yeah.
He out-Illuminati'd the Illuminati.
He Illuminarched on him.
Leaving behind only Majestic 12.
Yeah.
So after the Knights Templar HQ is destroyed in Paris in 2051, no more Assassin's Creed games are ever made.
Oh, thank God.
Thank God.
Yeah. About dang time.
Yeah, about god darn time there, eh? Also in 2051, the Statue of Liberty is destroyed in New York, and UNATCO blames the terrorist organization known as Silhouette, which we'll find out later is the last couple of remaining Parisian Illuminati members.
Okay. Do they have any relation to Shadow Child?
I was just
Nope.
gonna ask. Yeah.
Nope.
Silhouette and Shadow Child. It's just right there.
No.
Are shadows lizards?
Do lizards even have shadows?
I still don't understand this.
Do lizards even have shadows?
Yeah.
They bask in the sun to heat up, but does that mean they still cast a shadow since they're absorbing all the sunlight?
But if you were in Plato's cave and only saw a lizard's shadow, would you know it was a lizard?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Plato's parable of the lizard.
Yeah.
Well, because if shadows are lizards and lizards cast shadows, then lizards are literally just casting more lizards, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Is that how they reproduce?
Yeah, exactly.
Egg shadows.
I always imagine like a really disillusioned like puppet operator in Plato's Parable of the Cave, where he's just like he's got like a puppet of a lion. He's just sitting there with all the people facing the wall. He's just like, moo or whatever. Yeah. God, we are just some classy ladies, aren't we?
Yeah.
Sitting here talking about Plato. And everybody understands.
Yeah.
But none of us have played Overwatch.
I mean, it's a video game podcast. Let's go figure.
Yeah. Still in 2051. Here we go. Back to it.
Yeah.
This is where I wanted to get into my question of terrorism. Because we're from the outside of the video game, we know the government is bad. But technically, if you're fighting against the government, you're a terrorist. Which is the same thing, because if you're fighting for political reasons, that's terrorism.
The definition of terrorism is using fear or the threat of violence to obtain means which are like
political or religious in state or something like that. It's in a Protest the Hero song.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this reminds me of also XCOM 2. XCOM 2, you play a rebellion, like the leader of the resistance, who is going into cities and blowing up buildings and blowing up key things.
Yeah.
But the government is actual space aliens with snake people.
It's a very fine line between terrorism and guerrilla warfare.
Yeah.
And like terrorism has...
XCOM is not a fine line. XCOM you get like choppered into cities to blow up buildings. You're just a terrorist.
But that's all guerrilla warfare is too. And like terrorism is like honestly a buzzword used by the media and the United and like a lot of governments around the world.
It's very new.
Like
our history.
Like less than 30 years old. Is the term terrorism.
But anyway, Silhouette, sure they're the remainder of the Illuminati, but UNATCO is in Majestic 12 front, so they're bad dudes, right?
Yes.
And so are they really terrorists? Technically, yes, by our definition, but they're not bad people, and they may not have even done it. They were simply blamed for destroying the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
Terrorists are people too.
Yeah. Terrorists are people too. That's what makes people...
Or lizards.
Are lizards terrorists?
Yeah.
Do terrorists cast shadows?
I'm scared of lizards.
If you don't know that you're making an impact on a political or religious party or whatever, is it still terrorism? Is it the intent that makes terrorism, or is it
I think
the effect?
so. No, I think it's probably the effect, because like involuntary manslaughter is still manslaughter.
Yeah, I think this is where my point again comes in of terrorism being very much like word, a term used
Yeah.
to like manipulate people. It's very much like it instills fear in a lot of people in today's day and age. Like they hear the word terrorism, like, oh, we got to stop that. That's a bad thing.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean?
But that's why I
like you say,
yeah.
there are good people who use the same means to achieve things.
Well, that's why I like to bring up the point of like,
Yeah.
if you're against UNATCO, like objectively speaking, you're a good person.
Yeah.
And same in XCOM 2. If you're against the hissing monsters that are running the government, you're a good person. Right?
History is written by the winners, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like whoever's in charge and whoever writes the history textbooks, those are the ones who
Defines
are
a
good.
terrorist.
And
Yeah.
even the losers define themselves as the winners a lot of the time.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
that way.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's all about perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a very relevant tangent to Deus Ex. I'm very, very, very pleased.
It's relevant and it's much more intelligent than 90% of our tangents.
We
so.
probably should have saved that one for Plato's podcast of the day, frankly.
This has been a Lore Boys Intelligent.
Yeah.
Allegory of the lore boy.
Yeah. Tune in 4 years for our next one.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while till we say. It's gonna be a while till we say anything intelligent.
Until those stars align again. Holy shit.
Fuck. The perfect level of alcohol and candy.
Yeah. And humidity.
And humidity. Very humid and alert today.
Yeah. In Nunavut.
Nunavut.
Very
You keep saying Iqaluit. That's the capital city.
Well, yeah, we're in Nunavut. Yeah.
Yeah.
I assumed we were like we're pretty close.
A rectangle is a square and all squares are rectangles.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fuck. What are we at? 2051. Remember, we're still 2051. A lot of stuff happens 2051.
Yeah.
Stupid looking year. Very important.
You okay? That sounds right.
Yeah? Alright. So, you remember the Great Death? You're asking... But like you can't make a vaccine without a germs because you can't do gotta do your chemistry. And I was just like, I threw this mad question at you because I'm a crazy person, and I was just like, but Ethan, what if it wasn't chemistry? Because it wasn't chemistry. The Great Death is a nanoplague created by Majestic 12 to control the world.
Oh.
So basically, this all ties into this interesting thing. This
like software.
I gotta give kudos to the writers of Human Revolution: Mankind Divided for putting neuropozyne into the lore in the prequels.
Yeah.
Because this establishes that the human body will naturally reject augmentation.
Yeah.
A nanoplague is basically you get filled with nanites instead of germs. They attach to your cells. And then your body tries to reject your own cells.
Oh, okay.
Because there's no neuropozyne, right? That's what the nanoplague is. Ambrosia is also nanites.
Okay.
And all it does is tells the nanites on your cells, yo, homeboy, cool your shit.
Cool it.
Sit down. Simmer down a bit there, nanites.
What is ambrosia again? That when you mentioned it the first time.
Ambrosia is the vaccine. For 48 hours, though.
Yeah.
Remember, only for 48 hours.
Temporary. Which is why it becomes such a form of currency.
Exactly.
Okay.
Again, VersaLife, Page Industries, Bob Page, Majestic 12, Illuminati.
Boom! Drop the mic. Always out.
Surprisingly,
Goodbye.
easy to follow thus far.
So
from
far,
what I can see.
so far.
You guys don't look too confused. You look a bit drunk. Neither one of you look confused, though.
We're there. Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah, we're there. Anyway, the nanites were originally created by Morgan Everett. Now, at some point in Mankind Divided, you spy on an Illuminati meeting with a thing called the Whisper Chip.
Okay.
And Morgan Everett, who was at one point the richest man on Earth, is the black dude with the glasses in that cutscene.
Oh, good to know. Haven't seen it.
That's it.
Haven't seen it.
He's also in Deus Ex, the OG, but in Mankind Divided, Morgan Everett, he created the nanites. Now, the first person to suggest using them as a weapon was Bob Page, obviously, because he's a fucking lunatic.
Yeah. God, he's got his finger in every pie of this universe.
Dude, of course he does.
Yeah.
Just MJ12.
Yeah.
Not only did they invent pie, they kept their fingers in the pies the whole time.
Yeah, they gave them to other people.
And then sold the pies to people.
Yeah.
Exactly. So originally the Great Death, it doesn't really do too much at first. It causes flu-like symptoms, achy joints, fever, headaches,
ouch,
maybe a little bit of diarrhea.
Ouch.
Pepto-Bismol.
It's not like it's exactly. Well, it's Ambrosia Bismol. Is basically it, and it's also an Illuminati front. Maybe Pepto-Bismol is
an Illuminati front.
Is full of nanites.
Is Pepto-Bismol lizards?
That's why they made it.
I still don't get this, guys.
It doesn't have live birth.
Guys, I can't wrap my head around this.
Pepto-Bismol does not have ears.
Oh my god! For fuck's sake! Oh fuck! Keep that. Write that down somewhere. I don't want to forget that. Somebody, we don't have any paper.
Tweet it. Hurry.
Oh my god. Yeah. Anyway, the person who wanted to use him as a weapon, obviously Bob Page, he's a lunatic. The proposal was actually originally frowned upon by the Illuminati, and this is why Bob Page led a coup d'état against the Illuminati with a Majestic 12.
Okay.
Because for some fucking reason, Bob Page was just so hard for this idea of putting nanites in people's bodies that when even the Illuminati was like, that's fucking weird.
Yeah, that's a little extreme, don't you think, Bob?
Hey, Bob, that's kind of that's a bad idea there.
Yeah.
What are you?
Do we have an Illuminati representative yet, or is it just this nameless?
The Illuminati is multiple people.
Oh, okay.
I never gave you their birthdays or any of their names
fine.
because, frankly, they were added in Mankind Divided.
We just need to know that.
You just need to know the major players. Morgan Everett, who this is the only time he's ever really important, right? He was in that cutscene and it's like, oh, it's a nanite guy.
Oh wait, the Illuminati were only added in Mankind Divided?
No, they've been here the whole time.
But
they were elaborated. They were elaborated on in
the curtain was
Mankind
pulled aside.
Yes, exactly. We saw the man.
They were
behind-
retconned in
Yeah,
at
exactly.
Mankind Divided into every single game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we
Gotcha.
we saw the man behind the curtain. It was Morgan Everett and Bob Page, and they had a little tube of nanites, and one of them was just like, we should put nanites in people to make them sick, and then the other guy was like, no, Bob.
Bob, that's kind of fucked up, man. He just kind of looks at him like, Bob, what the fuck are you talking about?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. Why do you do these?
But you know who finds out about this? You know the first person who finds out about this who's not part of the Illuminati?
Alex.
At least he doesn't know.
Alex, what's his face?
Not Alex Denton.
Denton.
You're
Paul
halfway.
Denton.
Paul Denton.
Oh,
Paul
OG.
Denton. Paul Denton finds out that
Oh, he dead?
he can die in Deus Ex.
He's been alive for a while, hasn't he?
Yeah. He's nano augmented, dog.
Okay.
Yeah. Paul Denton discovers the cause of the Grey Death, Majestic 12, and Gunther Herman, who is one of the old retro mechanically augmented dudes, finds out about that. He tells the superiors not to trust Paul anymore. So they still employ him because obviously he's nano augmented. MJ12
He's a celebrity.
needs super.
All is forgiven,
yeah,
right?
They need super police, right? So they're still UNETCO's still gonna keep him there, and they hire his clone / brother, JC Denton / you player character from the first game.
He's like Chris Brown. He could beat the shit out of Rihanna, and 2 years later, everyone would be like, forgotten it.
Yeah, exactly.
You can find out that the Grey Death is actually just like fabricated by Bob Page, and everyone's just like, no, we can forget about that.
You can just remember that Chris Brown started.
He can dance, boy.
Yeah,
Mama.
Chris Brown invented the Grey Death. And
Yeah,
was just like,
exactly.
yeah, sure, he killed a lot of people.
Yeah,
But you know.
but he can dance. So.
Yeah. And now we lead to the events of the first game. The first game takes place in 2051.
So a year later.
No, still 2051. The events of Deus Ex happen shortly after the Grey Death starts and after Paul Denton figures it out.
Okay.
Because he tries to rope you, JC.
But is it like the Grey Death happens and then like the next day, Verilife or whatever it's called, is like, oh, we got a cure. Oh, by the way, guys, we got this.
They had it ready to go.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Do they like just announce it and it's just like everyone's like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, Ambrosia becomes currency. That was never really explained.
No, okay.
Bob Page made the Grey Death so he could make the
Majestic-
cure for the.
I know that, but did he just like announce it and nobody was suspicious?
He had the cure ready to go.
Yeah.
Because remember, the Ambrosia project started a couple years before the Grey Death.
Yeah. I love the thought of like he's giving like this big a presentation to like a bunch of shareholders. And he's like, we've come up with Ambrosia, a cure for the Grey Death, and somebody's like, what's the Grey Death? And he's like, oh shit, presses a button. Just like,
Meeting adjourned.
Yeah, give it 5 minutes, guys.
Yeah. What does the Grey Death do to a person again?
Flu-like symptoms, and then
it's the Pepto-Bismol.
Then their cells stop.
Okay.
And then their body rejects all their cells and they die eventually.
Okay.
Yeah.
It
does kill them.
It
does kill people.
Yeah.
Anyway, at the beginning of the game, JC infiltrates the NSF, right? The National Secessionist Front.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. On Liberty Island, and determines that they recently hijacked some ambrosia to give to their buddies because everybody needs ambrosia to stave off the Grey Death. Ambrosia.
Yeah, bro.
Up top.
The ambrosia.
Yeah. That was a terrible high five. We just touched hands.
No, it was intimate.
Where were we? What the fuck was I talking
Ambrosia.
about? Ambrosia. Anyway, right.
Staten Island.
JC infiltrates the NSF's makeshift on Liberty Island. Liberty Island. Because he hears that he's sent there because they're like, yo, homeboys stole some ambrosia. We need that stuff to sell to people who we gave the Grey Death to, but you don't know that UNATCO is part of Majestic 12, which is
You just think you're trying to get ambrosia.
You just think you're a good guy.
Yeah.
You know what? And you're not. You're not a good guy.
Nope.
Alex Denton.
Was I that JC and Paul? Alex Denton, character from the second game.
My bad.
Idiot.
My bad.
Yeah.
I keep saying Alex.
Alex Denton.
It's JC.
Anyway, he returns to UNATCO, and he discovers that the ambrosia has left. It's already gone.
It's gone.
So he's racing to stop it from leaving New York. He travels through the underground tunnels of the mole people, which are some hobos, basically.
Okay.
It's not actually mole people.
Not actually mole.
Yeah.
I got very excited that we were going to meet the Mole King.
Yeah, no lizard
I
people.
have some serious questions for him.
Yeah, no lizard people, ton of mole people.
Well, yeah, the mole people are real.
Yeah, lizard people is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, that's stupid. That's stupid. Lizards aren't real.
Yeah.
I think that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
Is lizards aren't
mole
real.
people, though.
Yeah, mole people are real.
Mole king. Anyway, he travels through the subway tunnels to the helibase where the vaccine was being prepared for transport to track down Juan Lebedev, the millionaire anarchist who was funding the plot this whole time. Surprisingly, however, JC is met there by his brother Paul, who reveals that he's been working as a double agent for the NSF the whole time, and that JC should reconsider his affiliation. Because there's a heckin' conspiracy going on.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right?
Who'd have guessed in this game
Yeah,
that there'd be conspiracies?
right.
I guess this is the first actual game to be released, though, right?
Huh?
This was the first actual game.
This
to
is
be
Deus
released?
Ex 1. Yeah,
Yeah,
this came out in 2000.
So at the time, it was probably pretty like, oh shit.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you
17
played it
years
in,
ago.
if you
Wow.
played it in chronological order, you're probably like,
Huh.
if you played
If you played
the two prequels and
Human
got
Revolution
to
and
this point,
Mankind Divided, and you
you're
found
probably
it,
like, well, obviously it's a conspiracy,
yeah.
you idiots.
Well, like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Well, you know who fucking Bob Page is?
Yeah.
But there's like,
Yeah.
this is bad.
Yeah.
When in reality, like, these people are like, or this game would be old enough to drink in Iqaluit like next year. Like
Yeah.
17 years ago.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. Legal drinking age probably in the
I'm gonna guess.
In-
Who's checking?
Nunavut territory.
They never carded me, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ask if you're a boy or a girl, but
They
don't.
do,
Yeah.
Only girls can drink in a cow. That's where the ambiguity comes in handy.
Yeah. Ethan Hot Dips.
Yeah.
You never
Oh my
know
God.
who he is.
So after this, JC is dispatched to Hong Kong, but JC's pilot, Jock, redirects to New York because of a message from Paul. And after Paul corroborates his accusations that UNATCO is a crooked organization, which we already know,
Yes.
JC agrees to help the NSF by activating a distress signal. After doing so, however, JC meets up with strong resistance and is eventually captured.
Oh, how strong?
Strong enough to knock him out.
I can curl like
He's
30
nano.
pounds, bro.
He's got that nano. He's got that nano flow,
Oh.
right? So it's got to be a hell of a lot of
He's
resistance.
a Superboy.
He ends up waking up in a cell in an unknown location, and now it rings in on his little brain phone, because we all have phones in our
We
brains.
got brain phones, yeah.
We got brain phones, by a mysterious hacker known as Daedalus, who is Icarus's father
What?
Oh. Daedalus
Wow.
was Icarus's father in the Greek story.
in the Greek story.
and
Yeah.
this character has a
What,
name.
yeah, but what is Daedalus in the Greek story? Like,
He's the one who
Daedalus
tells
was his
his
dad.
is he the one
He's
like
the warning.
watch out
Yeah,
for the sun?
exactly.
Okay,
He's the
okay,
warning.
okay, okay.
Yeah, he was the one who did such a poor job of raising his child that
Yeah.
at the time
He
when
had
they
to watch
escaped from
out
a
for his
tower-
own son. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey. He was such a bad parent that at some point in Icarus's adult life, when they built waxen wings, his dad still had to remind him that the sun was hot.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Icarus still didn't learn, though. Maybe he's a bad learner. Because he did warn him.
He might just be an idiot.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
He's just he just like likes to push the boundaries,
Uh-huh.
you know, like
Well, he's fucking dead now.
Yeah.
Push that boundary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Found out real quick.
Push the envelope. Watch it bend.
Yeah. That's why I just keep my head down.
Yep.
My whole life. It's all about keeping my head down.
Stay away from the sun.
Yeah.
That's what we do 6 months here. In
I have
Iqaluit.
terrible back pain from always craning my neck to be closer to the earth. But,
Like, just hunch over.
yeah. I'm a pretty hunched guy.
JC, however,
Many ailments.
with the help of the mysterious hacker Daedalus,
Okay.
manages to escape, and he does find out that he was being held prisoner by Majestic 12. You're raising your hand. What do you want?
I know it's Daedalus, but could we say like Dataless?
No.
Because that's like he's a hacker. Data. Get it?
Oh, they'd be like, yeah, that's the opposite.
Daedalus?
He would have all the
Daedalus.
data.
Alright, Daedalus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sour Patch Boy.
You are a sour patch
I am a Sour
boy.
Patch Boy. Still,
It's kids. It could be male or female. You don't know what it is.
I eat around the Sour Patch Girls.
But this is Lore Boys. As soon as you go to a Lore Boys recording session, everything becomes boy.
Yeah.
Everything is
Especially
boy.
Sam Saran.
Especially
Oh,
Samus Aran.
yeah, that's the only reason Samus Aran became a boy. Yeah.
Because we got our filthy hands on her. Now do a podcast with a mouthful of Sour Patch Kids.
I am a fantastic host.
Yeah, soft candy, the best snack when recording a podcast.
You know what? They were a little bit harder before we got here, but it is a little bit spicy.
Hey Peter, I got a sock full of toffee here. Can I interest you?
Next
Is
week,
it some of your bathtub caramel?
Yeah.
Did you bring it in?
Yeah.
next week I'm gonna do carrots.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That fresh crunch.
Yeah. And a little
More
bit.
boys, crunch at us.
Crunch it. Dude, that'd be a great cereal ad. And we're back after a brief cooling off period for our recording thing, which was getting loud because it's a little bit roasty toasty in James's igloo.
Yeah.
Yep.
It happens.
It's not conducive to igloo maintenance.
Yeah. Inuit engineering is remarkable, but snow is a good insulator.
Yeah.
It is.
Can you imagine?
Ethan's not even wearing a shirt.
No, I know. It's too fucking warm.
Sweltering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like hugging me, and it's pretty warm in here.
hugging me.
Yeah. So, after our whole technical issue here where we had to shut down, I'm not really sure where we were. All we need to know is that Daedalus comes back, and then he helps JC hack his way out of the Majestic 12 facility and the secret government organization researching biotechnologies. After this. Yeah, I know, it's right. It's because I highlighted it. It was hard to see. Originally, MJ12 had been controlled by the Illuminati, but as we know, it was taken over by Bob Page in a coup. And after that, he, of course, neutralized what was called the Council of Five, which were the 5 heads of the Illuminati.
Okay.
We don't have their names, but they're all
Don't need
gone.
them.
Yeah. They set up UNETCO, all that. So now JC decides he's going to travel to Hong Kong, which is where he was originally supposed to go before he was diverted back to New York and was kidnapped by Majestic 12. Right?
Oh, okay.
Now, if you remember Tong Si Hong,
Yes, I
one of
do.
the characters from Human Revolution,
He's a triad guy.
and I was just like, oh, his son, Tracer Tong, is very important.
Yeah.
JC is going to Hong Kong to seek out Tracer Tong. Hong Kong Tong.
Hong Kong Tong.
One of the triads.
Tracer Tong.
Exactly. So he goes through. He meets up with Tracer Tong. He meets up with Tracer Tong. Tong dispatches JC to return to VersaLife for more information, where JC discovers that the Grey Death is indeed a human-made virus, and not even a virus. It's nanites. It's nanoflu.
Whoa.
Oh, snap.
Nanoflu. Robot germs.
Rap. Yeah.
Bad.
Bad rap. Bad rap. Bad rap. Bad rap.
Why put little robots and people make them sick, Bob?
Bob. Bob, you're killing people.
Bob, stop.
Bob, I'm walking here.
Mr. Page. Mr. Page. So then, Tong is just like, yo, dog, you gotta go to Paris.
Tracer, go to Tracer.
Tracer's like,
JC.
Yeah, JC. JC's like,
JC, yo, homie.
Paris.
Paris is good.
And he makes contact with Silhouette. He finds out that they're the last 2 remaining surviving leaders of the Council of 5. It's Chad Dumier, and then he directs JC. Chad Dumier.
Oh, Chad. I thought you said Ched.
Chad.
Oh,
Weird.
Chad.
That's a nice future name.
Chad Dumier.
Hey, I'm Ched.
Dumier.
I don't think
And
good.
Nicolette Duclair, who are at the Duclair Chateau. JC finds a secret computer room that allows him to contact Morgan Everett, who after... Who
he was the guy who invented the
he
nanobots.
created the nanites,
Yeah.
and he's in Mankind Divided.
Yes.
And after recovering for him a critical piece of data from the Paris Cathedral, JC meets one of Morgan's agents at a metro station. He knocks JC out and takes him to the estate.
Is this good or bad?
This is good.
This is
Because
good.
remember, the only person who wanted to use the nanites as a murder germ was Bob Page.
Bob.
The guy who created them, Morgan Everett, was just like, yo, why
That's
would
kinda
you
weird,
want to
though.
do that?
Yeah. I thought it was good.
I wanted
but then it was
these
like
nanites,
you were
yeah.
like he knocked him out. I was like,
All
that
I
sounds
did
bad.
was make nanites. I didn't necessarily tell you to use them
Yeah,
to
that's it.
kill people.
He's like a scientist who like
Made the
creates
atomic bomb?
Yeah, he's Oppenheimer. He
Yeah.
creates the atomic bomb. And he's like,
He is
well,
I am become nanites,
Yeah,
destroyer
yeah.
of cells.
Yeah. For human life.
Exactly.
destroyer of Bob Page's morals, really.
Yeah. We're fairly cultured here on the Lore Boys podcast, I think.
Yeah.
We got Plato, Oppenheimer, and the Bhagavad Gita all in one cast.
Yeah.
I took
About
an
Deus Ex. Are
anthropology
you
course
kidding me?
once.
Yeah, I know how to do the Macarena too. So.
Oh. Really?
Yeah, it's like
Really?
yeah, it's like right arm down, left arm down, right arm up, Then I think the left arm goes over.
I didn't take the class. I'm not following.
I feel like you're programming a computer to do the Macarena right now.
I touch my head at some point. I think I pat my head and rub my belly.
That's a YMCA. It's a different class.
Oh, okay. I always get those mixed up.
Yeah.
No.
This is a village people, not whoever sings the Macarena.
The Macarena was like you had to spell the Macarena out, but like M-A-C-E-R-A, whatever.
Macarena. Deus Ex Machina. Deus Ex Macarena.
Yeah, Deus Ex Macarena.
It was the PS2 game that came out that was compatible with the DDR dance mat.
Okay, nice.
Hey.
Deus Ex Macarena divided.
And you had to dance to the theme song from the original, which was like a really shitty 90s video game techno.
Deus Ex
Macarena.
Deus Ex Macarena. There's actually a very interesting boss fight in the cathedral in France. So Gunter Hermann is there, and he's all like, "I'm going to kill you because I work for the Illuminati.
I am bad the guy.
I am bad the dude." You don't have to fight him, because at some point you can find, obviously because everybody's a cyborg, you can find his kill command, and in the chat log, when he's just like, haha, what are you gonna do? Fight me? He's like, no, I know your kill code. And then if you give him the kill code, just like, no, and dies. You never have to fight him.
That's hilarious.
I actually stumbled across that in my playthrough.
Oh yeah,
I remember being able to do that. Yeah.
It would have been great if you could like just show it to him, and he just like is like, okay, I'm sorry, I'll be good boy.
Yeah.
Going to Herman. You kill Anna Navarra in New York, though. That's true. That's something I forgot to mention.
She's your friend.
No, she wasn't.
Oh no, she's the bad guy.
She's an outdated Og.
Yeah.
What if people have like something hidden in their programming that we just haven't figured out? Like,
all of us are like fucking Manchurian candidates.
Yeah. You know, whenever you like draw a line in the sand and you make a chicken look at it, it just like its programming shuts down and it stops moving and it goes like into like an almost like awake coma.
Wait a second, what are you talking about?
I did not know this.
No.
Hang on a second. Don't you pretend like this is common knowledge.
I thought
James has been a chicken hypnotist his whole life without even realizing it.
I thought it was if you draw a line in the sand and you like make a chicken focus on it, it just breaks down. It doesn't like its body doesn't know how to react.
Just catch fire.
And no, it just like stares at it.
It's
it's like stuck. It's stuck there because it's like you've broken his programming.
It's like a processing loop.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm wondering if there's like something like that for people that we just haven't figured out yet. Like if you draw the perfect symbol that's just like people like
it's like that
if line return line.
The like Fibonacci tattoo. Or whatever. Everybody just looks at it.
I totally thought that was common knowledge. My bad, guys. My bad.
Chickens in the sand.
You can break a chicken.
We're all just chickens in the sand around here.
Yeah, chickens are really easy to interrogate.
Yeah. Or at least to get to shut up.
Yeah.
Well, little red hen, we understand who helped you harvest the grain, but we don't really know who helped you grind the grain. And then she's like, Bark! No, it's a little red hen.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, who will help me grind the grain? And it's like, not I, says the cat. And then at the end, she's just like, hey, who's going to help me eat all this bread? And all the lazy animals on the farm are just like,
piece of that ash.
They wanted some of that cold toast.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's bringing it back or bringing it to a future.
Yeah, none of that cold toast for them.
None of that cold toast.
And then the interrogator's like, oh, you don't want to tell us, eh? What if I start drawing this line? And the chicken's like,
exactly, yeah. He's got like one of those like Japanese Zen rakes.
Yeah,
and he's just like, you know, Mrs. Hen, or should I call you Little Red?
Yeah.
Like, we're friends now, aren't we, Little Red? Sitting backwards on a chair. Yeah. He's like, you want some coffee? And she's like, "Bark!" And like reaches out a wing for it. He smacks it out of her wing onto the ground. And then like a little sandbox on the desk. It's like,
yeah.
And he's got a switchblade. He's
he's drawing the line in the sand with the switchblade. Yeah.
She's like, bark!
I was picturing Liza's torture just as like the most interesting.
Tell me who helped you eat the bread.
Yeah, the most interesting puzzle ever. It's like you gave a person an Adderall and gave them a Sudoku puzzle, you know? Like, they're just like staring at it, like trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
But, like,
if you've ever wanted to be interested in Sudoku, do Adderall. Lord Boys.
Quote, Lord Boys, do Adderall.
Do Adderall.
It's going to be on our wiki page one day when we're big. It's going to be ellipse, do Adderall.
Do Adderall.
Lord Boys. Alert Nunavut Territory, Canada, 2017.
So are all our chickens in a line now, or
our ducks are in a row? different farm bird, same shape.
You're good at this. Never mind. You're good at this.
Ducks in a row. Anyway. At Everett's, so this is after the boss fight with the kill code, right? At Everett's, JC begins to put together the remaining pieces of the puzzle. Bob Page first eliminated the other ruling members of the Illuminati, then created the Great Death, and now controls its cure. Idiot. Idiot.
Idiots.
Well, fluoride's making the frogs gay. And in order to achieve... this is all because he wants world domination, obviously.
And gay frogs.
And gay frogs, yeah.
Rip.
And Bob Page has placed his lieutenant, a man named Walter Simons, into a key role as director of FEMA, which of course is a real federal organization for you. Exactly. Although Everett, as Page's former mentor, can help JC neutralize the virus, Page seems to have still bigger plans ahead.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So that now you remember in the first one when I was talking about Majestic 12 being set up after the Roswell incident to take over Area 51?
Yes.
JC has also learned about various Area 51 AI projects. JC discovers that Daedalus is actually a sentient AI developed by Majestic 12 that has since gone rogue. It was originally called Icarus was his revision and is still controlled by Bob Page and Majestic 12, and then Morpheus is a prototype project that now lives in Everett's mansion. So the AI has copied itself and upgraded itself, or been upgraded by Bob Page. Shit's going crazy. Daedalus, Icarus, Morpheus. Daedalus, Icarus, Morpheus.
Yeah.
They're all AIs.
Is Morpheus present in Greek mythology? Do we know?
Morpheus?
Yeah. I know he's in the Matrix movies.
He
the
is
Wachowski brothers.
He's Larry. It's just the Wachowskis now.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It's Larry Fishbone.
Larry Fishbone.
Oh, Larry Fishbone. And now after this, JC, after learning about all this shit about the AIs, the Illuminati, or Majestic 12 rather, JC heads to the Vandenberg Air Force Base to get in contact with a man named Gary Savage, who is the leading researcher in nanotechnology at this time.
Cool.
The base is under siege from MJ-12, so JC removes these threats, so you can do lethal, non-lethal. I remember explaining in the gameplay that the non-lethal option was like not like, ooh, it's fucking broken, like my dumb argument about Hollow Knight where I'm just too stupid to play the game. It's not, the game's fucking broken. Like, it was actually broken, where your tranquilizer dart would make people freak out for 10 seconds before collapsing. So it was not discreet in any way.
Sounds realistic, though.
Probably,
a trank dart? I don't know. The trank dart...
In 2050, though, maybe they got some pretty good tranquilizer.
In Human Revolution, Mankind Divided, the trank dart is not instant, which is good, so you can set up a kind of a domino thing, which is nice. But, like, in those games, you can trank multiple people, and they don't pass out for a bit. But because the needle is so little, I guess, they just like, ugh, what was that? And they look around and like, what? Do I have a dart in my butt?
Yeah.
And then he looks at his buddy. He's like, "Is there a dart in my butt?"
Oh, there's a dart in my butt. While his buddy's bent over, like looking at it, you see his buddy in the butt.
Probably some like local anesthetic on the needle. So
exactly, something like that. Or it's like an Amazonian dart gun, which has like a big ass feather on it too. Like, do you see anything?
He's got like a bow and arrow with like a fucking long bow with an arrow that's just a big syringe, like
a poison frog on it.
It's the guy a peacock tail.
Which deploys when it hits. It's like,
is there a dart in my butt? Oh god, I'm bleeding out.
But at least I'm sexually selective now.
That might be a good thumbnail, actually. I've been thinking about this whole time, and I do like giving the call out for people because when my girlfriend looks at the art that I do, she's like, "What the fuck were you guys talking about?" Like Ridley coming up with Child Protective Services. I'm just like, listen, this is the lore boys meeting.
You gotta listen to it.
Yeah, you gotta listen to it. But yeah, maybe that's the one where it's like the feathers on the dart. It's like, whoa, the dart! The whole fan on it. We're almost at the end of the first game, though. Then we get into the second game, and that's the end of the series.
There we go.
Wow. And that's the end of the podcast, so you can go back to your life, or get off the bus, or the subway, or the dog sled.
Or listen to our next podcast.
Or listen to our next podcast.
Feel free to sit alone at home in the dark and wait for our next podcast to come out in a week.
Yep, every Monday on iTunes, every Tuesday on YouTube. 11 a.m. EST.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Anyway, Daedalus and Icarus unexpectedly merge into this new AI called Helios.
Ooh,
another Greek one.
Yeah. Remember, he copied himself, and then he was rebuilt, but no, they're both aware, and they're just like, get fucked. Bob Page.
What is Helios again? God of the Sun. He pulls the wagon.
He doesn't pull it.
Yeah, whatever. He pulls wagon.
What's
or
a
some
chariot?
Shit.
Just an old wagon? An old fancy wagon?
It's a wagon that you stand up in.
It's like a wagon you stand up in, whatever. As your resident Greekman, pushing my glasses up. Well, actually, mansplain this to you.
Okay. Please do.
I think he has a chariot pulled by like either horses or goats or something.
And the wheel is the sun.
The wheel is the sun.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know this from God of War.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I was thinking that too when you capture him and you get his
Yeah.
little booties.
But you get
Rip his head
No,
off.
that's Hermes.
Yeah, that's Hermes.
Oh, yeah.
Helios should rip his head off and use his head as a lantern.
Oh, as a
flashlight.
lantern!
Yeah.
Yeah, and then go into the sewers with
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that's right. I actually just bought that game. I should know
He's
that.
Baylace.
God of
Yeah.
War 3?
Yeah.
Are you going to play the new God of War? Viking God of War?
Almost certainly will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the
I'm not sure I'll
PlayStation
buy it
game.
day one, but
Yeah.
I'll definitely play it eventually.
I'll rent it at a Blockbuster.
Yeah, you can always
Go
come
to my
over and
brother's
go.
place and play
Come
it
over,
Well,
yeah.
I
Make a
mean,
weekend out of it.
From what I understand, one of the last blockbusters in the country is up here in Alert.
Yeah.
So we're going to rent it this week before we move on.
Yeah. Burp City,
Anyway.
bitch. Burp City, bitch.
Yeah, anyway, Helios possesses an even greater power because he's multiple merged AIs.
Okay.
And a message from Bob Page says this is part of his final plan. So maybe Helios isn't so sentient after all. So anyway, after conferring with Gary Savage and then receiving various messages from his foes, JC finds out he must rescue Savage's daughter, Tiffany Savage, which is a terrible name after all
yeah.
the Joseph Vanderlees
Yeah.
and whatnot.
Happened to a Slim
And then
Jim.
head to an Tiffany Savage and a Slim Jim, brother. Yeah, that's how that went, right? And he has to go to an undersea lab to retrieve information necessary for Savage's progress against Majestic 12. JC, obviously, protagonist powers, successful in his reconnaissance, but then he discovers that Bob Page has aimed a nuclear missile at the Vandenberg Air Force Base.
Oh, shit.
JC races to
Bob Page is
redirect
out
the
of
launch.
control, man.
Yeah.
Dude, he's a crazy person.
Yeah.
Exactly. Anyway, JC races to redirect the launch target at Area 51 instead, which is
Okay.
where Helios, Bob Page, Daedalus, Icarus,
All those people
also
are.
also alien dinosaurs, but that's kind of a weird thing.
Well, yeah.
They're called Greasels.
Greasels.
Yeah.
That's a terrible name for
Yeah.
alien dinosaurs.
Don't
Well,
feed him after midnight.
don't feed
Call them
Or get away.
xenosaurs. Like, it's right there.
Yeah. Well, or Dinomorphs.
Dinomorph's a great one, too.
Dinomorphs, I think, might have been a TV
That's
show.
Yeah,
Sounds like
I
a
almost
show,
brought
yeah.
back Beast Wars and we talked about
Yeah,
too many
too many
times.
times.
Yeah.
We goddamn love Beast Wars on the Lore Boys podcast, okay?
But
Main-
not Beast Machines.
But not Beast Machines. Mainframe Entertainment.
Fuck that noise.
Get at me.
Yeah.
I still have my original Rampage action figure from 1997.
There we go.
All right,
Oh.
guys. I'm only missing 2 parts. I have one of his 3 missiles that shoot out of his spring-loaded gun,
Okay.
but I have his tiny gun. I have all his legs. He's in good shape. I got his head. I got his feet.
How many
I got
legs
his
does he
hands.
have?
The crab has, I think he has either six or 8 legs and 2 claws.
6 legs and
Yeah.
2 claws would be a crab. Would be an average crab.
They're arthropods. They're not arachnids.
No, they're not.
Yeah, does a crab with 8 legs become an arachnid?
Does
I don't
crabs?
think so.
No.
Does crabs, lizards?
Are crabs,
Yeah.
yeah.
Does crabs lizards?
Do lizards crab?
Do lizards crabs?
All crabs are lizards, and all lizards are triangles.
Yep, and I'm a square.
Yeah.
Anyway, he wants to blow up Area 51 because Bob Page, crazy man, understated. That is insane.
Yeah.
At this point, he wants to merge with Helios
Okay.
and use his own nano augmentations to be some kind of AI super god
Okay.
and rule the world because now he has infected people with the Grey Death, which is nanites, and Ambrosia's nanites that tell nanites to not be nanites, and if he was an AI, he could just be nanite god and control everybody. Bob Page got a little bit of a complex. It's a little bit more intense than a Napoleon complex, I think.
It's more
I think
complex.
It's a more complex complex.
Yeah.
It's more of a Bob Page complex, which I guess will be a new thing when we all end up Wi-Fi enabled at some
Yeah.
point, and can be hacked into killing our family members, as happened in the AUG incident in the previous games.
Yes.
Anyway, at this point, a number of courses are in action. Courses of action are open to JC. He can follow Tracer Tong's advice to initiate a meltdown of the Aquinas router in Area 51. Okay. Thus paralyzing global telecommunications and returning civilization to the new Dark Age.
Oh, dang.
So there's 3 possible endings to Deucix. Okay.
OG.
He could just agree with Helios and join himself to Helios and merge his nano augmentations to become sort of benevolent AI dictator.
Become the machine.
Exactly. Or finally, he can just walk up to Bob Page, shoot him in the fucking face, and work with the Illuminati now to maintain the current balance.
Okay.
Because the Illuminati, remember, is Silhouette with those 2 people in France that he went to meet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the third ending is fuck it all. Yellow Swipe for 20 Dark Ages. Bitches.
Well, there's the new Dark Age, which is what Tracer Tong wants for some reason. There's merge with Helios to become AI god, but a good AI god.
Yeah.
And then there is also
you lose your
take the world back from MJ12 with the Illuminati and maintain the status quo by shooting Bob Page in the face.
I'm kind of with Tracer Tong, this whole Dark Age, all this shit. Like,
really?
let's axe all these fucking murderous, terrible, plagues and like killing androids and all this shit.
Too many nanoplagues.
Too many androids.
Too many nanoplagues.
You know what they say? Too many androids create a nanoplague.
Or a bad soup.
Yeah. So Deus Ex 2.
And it's Deus Ex 2. Deus Ex Invisible War. Not yet, though. We still have a couple of intervening
Oh, there's stuff in between.
things. Couple little things. Couple little dates. Couple
Couple
little
dates,
alternate history
Wait.
things.
Do you guys smell that?
Oh,
gotcha!
Oh
Bring
my
it
Got it.
God.
Fucking got it. I love that it never went away, but from episode 2, we've been saying bringing it back.
Well, I mean, technically we were.
Yeah, anything that's in the past. You
Brought
mentioned
back.
Brought back to the
Brought
future.
Brought
Present.
present, yeah.
Your
Brought
name
back.
is Ethan. Bringing it back.
Bringing it
Oh! To my left, James Miller.
Whoa!
yeah.
You're blowing my mind right now.
Yeah. My arm hurts considerably less at the moment, and the brief time with the elastic wrap helped a lot.
Mm.
Anyway, speaking of elastic wraps, what?
You gotta make it work now.
Yeah.
You gotta make it work now.
He's gonna rap about elastic.
2053, Silhouette, remember?
The inventor of the elastic band.
Correct. Silhouette, what remains of the Illuminati, Chad Dumier and Nicolette Duclair initiate their plan to reestablish the order. So, the problem with the multiple endings thing is you kind of have to be super vague as to which one is canon.
You really need to tighten up the order, right?
Yeah,
Like put an
exactly.
elastic band around the
Put the
order.
elastic band around the order,
Yeah.
get Illuminatis
Gotcha.
all bunched together
Yeah.
like concert tickets.
So they all work.
We get it.
Exactly.
Oh.
Anyway, they want to reinitiate their plan to reestablish the order of the Illuminati. Dumier takes over the World Trade Organization, while Duclair, in the guise of Her Holiness, founds the Order Church. Don't really know why this is here, but in 2071,
The order sounds sinister, honestly.
humans
As
make
far
it,
as the church is
humans
concerned.
make it to Mars in 2071.
That's good.
Who fucking rah?
271.
Yeah. This is really
2 zeros,
important.
though.
This is a really
That's
important date here.
Enough to mention zeros.
They're nothing.
This is a really important date here just in regards to some of the characters from Deus Ex Mankind Divided who at present don't have dates of death.
Okay.
In 2072, mechanical augmentation, so the player character from Human Revolution,
Adam.
Jensen, mechanical augmentation in 2072 are completely obsolete.
Obsolete or gone?
Obsolete. Due to how common nanoflow is now.
Okay.
Which is not what this officially called as nano augmentation, but we established nanoflow back in the days of yore, with
Yeah.
the yore boys.
It's nice because it rhymes with nano.
Yeah, I'm
Nano
stuck
flow.
on this rap thing, but nano flow sounds like very intricate rap.
The nanoflow.
Sounds like a rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nano flow.
Yeah.
Maybe it's one of us.
I doubt it.
Oh, well, time to prove yourselves. Go.
Rap. Bad rap. Bad rap. Bad
None of
rap.
us.
Bad rap.
None of us. None of us. Yeah.
Dropped out of school at the age of 3 because the teacher was very uncool.
To me.
To me, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Hey.
Soft high five again.
Soft high five, yeah.
You guys don't know how to battle.
No.
No.
You do an obvious rap, a rap with an obvious rhyme,
And then you
don't-
miss it.
You don't rhyme.
But this is something I think would be way more interesting because in 2072 mechanical logs are completely obsolete, which is something that would have that will happen if this is any of this comes to fruition, right?
Yeah.
This is what I wanted them to focus on in Mankind Divided instead of the real racism,
Yeah.
because if you pitted new people with new ogs against people with old ogs, that's like equal level bigotry, which is what humans all do to each other already,
Yeah.
right? Because we're all, not that we're all given the equal opportunity, because obviously life is unfair and there's various
Yeah.
things that are very unfair. But like the racism thing of just like don't be prejudiced against people with ogs, if you're not augmented, well, I'll
It
bring
kind
up
of falls apart.
It doesn't
because,
make any
yeah,
fucking sense because this person could jump higher, run faster, and probably crush your skull like a
Yeah.
goddamn orange.
They can build more fish hooks than you can.
Exactly, they can bend
in a
more
day.
hooks
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, bend more hooks in a day than you could ever possibly
Exactly.
hope to. So it's,
Yeah, mechanization. So I think they probably should have gone the route of old Ogs v new Ogs and have old Og ghettos opposed to just regular Og ghettos
Yeah.
where everybody's all chrome and fancy.
Aren't old dogs just differently able though? Are they like aren't they like strengthened in certain ways that new
No.
dogs
No.
must have like
No,
opted
they're-
out of?
they're
Well,
worse in every way.
No, I was gonna say
Worse
because
in every way.
because augmentation is mechanical, it's objectively it's just a fact that you become an inferior person
Yeah.
if you have old Ogs.
Oh.
in the
Pretty
same
linear
in
progression.
the same way that your flip phone is objectively slower than my iPhone.
yeah.
Now that you own a flip
I
phone,
can text faster on T9 though.
Well, it's
yeah,
like
but it's
what? No, you can't.
yeah, one.
I can text without looking on
Yeah.
T9.
One, I don't think so. But like it's because it comes into a matter of technology and people. Old Ogs means you're objectively
Yeah.
worse
I feel like it's like
than
It's
than
more
a new
money
one.
based than anything.
Yeah, and I also feel
Very
like
capitalist.
'cause-
But we're talking about the Illuminati who controls gold.
that's it.
Or
I also
MJ12 or something.
I also feel like
Iridium.
because technology evolves at such a rapid rate that it's literally like it's comparing like a human today to a human 1,000 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they were like much shorter, much slower to do a lot of things and like stuff like that. You know,
Yeah.
because we've evolved.
Yeah.
In the past, like, but technology evolves at such a rapid rate. It's like you're literally a further evolution of this thing.
Yeah, like you missed multiple stages of evolution.
Yeah.
Next year when they announce iOS 10, which is no longer compatible with your robot hands,
Yeah.
right?
But my current computer does not have space pinball. So that was an
It doesn't have
advantage.
space pinball.
No, Windows 10 doesn't have Space Pinball on
That's
it.
fucked up,
Yeah.
man.
Next-
Microsoft, what have you done?
Next week we're doing Space Pinball lore, so it's alright.
Yeah.
You can listen to us talk about that for 2.5
Yeah.
hours.
I wouldn't mind Castlevania actually in light of the show and
Yeah.
whatever, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, it's like we're dropping hints. Maybe this goes nowhere.
Yeah.
I've never played a Castlevania game, so it's not going to be my
I
episode.
was thinking about doing Castlevania.
I played it in an arcade. That's it. Yeah.
It has a great fucking theme song.
Symphony of the Night is a fantastic game.
Oh, I have played that. Never mind.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, only a bit.
As far as roguelike games go.
As far as Metroidvanias go.
Yeah.
It's not a roguelike because it's not randomly generated. It's a Metroidvania.
Oh, that's true. Well,
Idiot.
Metroidvania. I mean, it's in the
How are
name,
you
right?
even fucking? How are you even fucking? Anyway, this is the direction I wish they had gone in. They had hinted at the 2072 mechanical augmentation obsolescence when people become useless,
Yes.
right? Because now
Bad old cyborgs.
you don't have arms to nano augment because you have mechanical arms
Yeah.
and you're worse than everybody.
So, like,
This is what I would think is this is real prejudice. I think that would have way more interesting story beat than please don't be afraid of this man with knives
Yeah.
inside of him.
I feel like this is it like ties into like ageism. You know what I mean? It's like old people. It's like these are these old people that are just obsolete. And it's like, what the fuck do we do with all these old people now? You know what I mean? They can't contribute anymore. Like,
Yeah, no,
society's moved on.
Exactly, it's a little bit, but this would happen to people with like much earlier in their lives.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Ethan, from talking to you late in the night in our teenage years, I know this is something that worries you, that immortality will come just a
Yeah, we're just gonna miss it,
little bit
yeah.
too late for
It's
you.
gonna be discovered when we're like 70, and they're gonna be like, you're too old for it to actually
Oh,
stay.
I thought you meant after you die. And I was
No,
like,
no.
why would you even fucking care?
I'm gonna be alive, and they're gonna discover it, and they're gonna be like, you have to be 65, and you're 70.
And all these young bucks will get it, and Ethan
Yeah.
will just die away.
I'll die. I'll waste away.
At least you won't remember when you're dead.
I
Yep.
might. You
Well,
never
it
know.
depends on your
I guess
outlook.
that's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
Depends on your religion.
You
Yeah.
don't know.
I believe in nanites.
The beauty of it is that you don't know.
I believe in Icarius, or whatever his name was.
Icarus, Ikaruga.
I mix those up, yeah.
All right, 2072 though, mechanical augmentation is completely worthless. However, we move on now to the events of Invisible War, Deus Ex: Invisible War, which
With invisible people?
is
The Cold War?
It's Invisible Cold War.
Okay.
Yeah, Invisible Cold.
The Shadow War.
The Shadow
Just like I like my
Shadowrun.
sandwiches.
Okay.
Hong Kong.
Is this like does this take place in the Shadowrun universe?
No,
The timing's right.
it is.
Yeah.
I played those new Shadowrun games. I got like a humble bundle. Like I got all three. I got Shadowrun, I got Dragonfall, I got Hong Kong.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
I'll take-
are those video games too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are. I mean, I don't know if it's just my taste. Like my taste in things, they fall into the genre I like, but I thought they were fucking garbage. Frankly,
I like the original Shadowrun.
Yeah,
I haven't played any of the other ones.
yeah, I didn't
That's
like
like futuristic D&D? Like, what
It's-
yeah.
and
Yeah,
usually
actually,
a tabletop
yeah,
game,
yeah.
with a lot of dice and a lot of rules.
Yeah. I watched like an abridged version of it, like of people just enjoying it, and the DM just like letting the rolls go and just kind of making a story of it,
Yeah.
and it was really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Invisible War had to come back and be a sequel to a game with multiple endings. Now, Invisible War is very unpopular. A lot of people think it's crap.
Okay.
A lot of people blame the fact it was developed in tandem for PC and for console, but at the time, it was the PS2 and the Xbox.
Okay.
So the levels are small. There's a lot of loading screens. Everything looks like shit. There's not a whole lot of items. You can't interact with much.
Okay.
I've seen the HUD, and it's a human rights violation. To be honest, like
violates the Geneva Convention.
it's-
It's
it's the fucking worst.
It's bad.
Yeah, I've never played it. I don't have anything against it. I would like to play it. I
Yeah.
would have loved to, but I ran out of time and money on the Steam
Yeah, no,
sale.
that's
So
good.
there we go. Yeah. Anyway,
Out of the way.
that's it. Anyway, it tries to put everything together. So you play as Alex Denton.
Okay.
So you're another clone.
That's the one you've been mentioning.
That's the one
this
that
whole
I've been
time.
talking about, yeah.
Talk about the whole time. So basically, it tries to canonize all of the endings a bit. So canonically speaking, now because of Invisible War.
Okay.
At the end of the OG, J.C. Denton merged with Helios to become an AI god,
Okay.
and then also destroyed Area 51,
And also, yeah.
and then also triggered the collapse event. So
Yeah.
we have an AI god, we have a destroyed Area 51, and then we also have a sort of pseudo new Dark Age, right?
Okay.
And this also thankfully helped pave the way for the Illuminati to put itself back together, take over the WTO, and set up the Order Church.
Okay.
So
cool.
those are the two people from Silhouette.
Yeah. Okay.
The former upholds capitalist ideals of the Illuminati and regulates any activity that conflicts with the free market.
Okay.
Okay. This, not so much capitalist, very much kind of
Laissez-faire.
extreme. What is it? Objectivism
yeah.
is what's the other? Libertarian.
Libertarian.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the free market will take care of itself. And then the latter regulates non-profit shit, using its pseudo-religious ideas to combat capitalist ideas of the WTO. So they are having a completely fake fight between themselves because they both work together, because they're both ye old Illuminati.
Yes.
So the libertarian view is like the invisible hand, the laissez-faire on the invisible war.
Exactly.
That's cool.
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like
There is the Invisible
Yeah.
War is behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Now a good quote from a review I heard is that in Deus Ex Invisible War is a boring game because the war is indeed invisible and occurs completely out of sight and you
Right.
don't do anything interesting.
You just talk to your brother and sister.
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
hours and-
exactly.
Have dinner. You talk about
The
the
invisible,
time.
yeah, the Invisible
Yeah.
War. It's like it was the first walking simulator. You
Yeah.
just like hang out with your family.
And on VR, they can't even do those. They gotta warp you around. They can't even have the walking suit.
Anyway, the game begins in Chicago, which is being destroyed by a terrorist attack. Alex Denton, the protagonist, and another Tarsus trainee. Tarsus is the new government. They
Okay.
have new agents, right? They're all nano-augmented. The new agent is Billy Adams, along with several other of the Tarsus leaders, are evacuated to another Tarsus facility.
Okay.
Sometime after their arrival, the facility is attacked by the Order Church. So
Oh.
now, the new Illuminati's coming for the Dentons, despite the fact they canonized all three endings. And technically, the Dentons are the Denton clone family, at least,
Yeah.
are the reason they managed to get back in power in the first place.
Yeah.
Because they merged with Helios instead of Bob Page.
Yeah.
They blew up Area 51, presumably killing Bob Page.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we're just like, yo, new Dark Age, come back in with your WTO and your Order Church.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? Alex is contacted by Billy again after the
Billy Adams.
Billy Adams, exactly.
Bill Adams.
And then Alex is asked to join the Order Church, as the Order has a base in Seattle. Alex meets a woman named Lin Mei Chen, and she's the second in command of the chapter there. And she's asked to see what happened to the Order troops. And they're sent out on a mission from the Tarsus facility. He discovers that they defected to the Knights Templar, who are now back and an offshoot of the Order, and they take a more militant approach to the matters of the Order, led by a man named Luminon Salmon.
Okay.
Sounds bright.
Luminon.
Luminon Saman?
Luminon Saman.
So basically now, the Illuminati...
Sounds like a Digimon.
Yeah.
Luminon Saman.
Luminon Saman.
Yeah.
Goro Numanansimon.
Metro Garuruman. Yeah. Haru. God, I love Digimon. Apparently, I brought this up.
Yeah, we did
Digimon
talk
World
about
Yep,
that.
2.
nope, not gonna do it. Not gonna bring it up a second time.
Bringing it back.
Bringing it back.
Ah.
So basically, what's happening so far at the beginning of Invisible War
Yes.
is the Illuminati is reinstated itself
Reestablished
and then
themselves.
is now completely
And they're
consumed
called the Order.
by infighting.
Yeah.
Because the Knights Templar were just like, well, we were destroyed originally in the first game. Maybe
Yeah.
we should just come back and then fight each other.
As you do.
Right.
You guys just want to like remake the Knights Templar?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Let's do
Why
it.
not?
I got handshakes.
Night Boys.
Yeah.
Templar Boys.
Templar Boys.
Yeah.
Lord Boys Knights Templar.
Lord Boys Knights Templar.
Assassin's Creed 10. Woo!
Yeah.
Woo. Hey, if I was in charge of Assassin's Creed,
Assassin's Creed 115, baby.
oh my god,
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's fucking do it.
Oh,
2 a year.
what's it gonna be about? 2 a year?
2 a
oh,
year.
Dangerous thoughts, Ethan. Dangerous thoughts. God, you make me so fucking hot when you act like that.
So many hand actions going on right now.
Audio podcast.
Yeah. I do like to think that the creators of Assassin's Creed stroke themselves every time a new Assassin's Creed is released.
Yeah, I mean probably.
Probably, right?
Yeah, then jump from the top of a building.
Yeah, do a building.
I mean, I've worked there a couple of times. I've never personally tested an Assassin's Creed game, but I can tell you,
Jump from a couple buildings.
I've jumped out of a couple of their windows. Yeah.
Yeah.
When they were just like, I want want you to review the press kit for E3 2017. Tell us what you think of Assassin's Creed Origins.
Ubisoft to a T.
And I was just like, it's not going to be good. And then I threw myself out a window, and they were like, here's $150, sir. Thanks for your...
You landed in the $150.
Yeah, they were just like, thanks for your...
pile of $150.
Thanks for your 2.5 hours of work. Yeah. Get a contract with Ubisoft, man. It's great. It's great. Because then you get to come out on the internet and talk shit.
Oh, yes.
All the time. Anyway, for much of the earlier stages of the game, the World Trade Organization is under the order of a woman named Donna Morgan. She's a second in command to Dumier, whose first name I've since forgotten. Too drunk.
Morgan Dumier.
No, it's Morgan Everett.
No, yeah, it's Xavier.
Nope.
Yeah, it is. Xavier Dumier.
Xavier Dumier.
Yes, and me, bro.
Yes, and. Yeah. Lower Boys Improv.
Yeah.
Yes, and.
Yeah,
You know what I'm really glad I've never done? And she's never going to hear this because she doesn't listen to the podcast. She doesn't know anything about video games.
You're going to say you're really glad you've never done your girlfriend?
Like, roasted! No, my girlfriend's best friend does improv, and I'm often invited to these shows, and I'm like, I hear it's good, probably.
Yeah.
You know what I've never wanted to see live ever?
Amateur improv.
Oh my god. That's a good way to come back. Anyway, as I was saying, for much of the early games, the WTO was under the control of a woman named Donna Morgan. And then the Order, because now he's hanging out with the fucking Order, right?
Yes.
Alex Denson, what is he, morally flexible? Is he a Christian?
He might.
Is he
a Christian?
Even worse, is he a Protestant?
Oh, gosh.
You can't trust those kinds
We
of
better
people.
drive them out of France.
The fucking prods, right? Kathy's prods.
Kathy's broads. Kathy for life.
Well, my dad's Catholic.
I'm neither.
Technically.
Both my parents are atheists. I'm agnostic.
No, I was going to say, I was in a National Geographic household, but frankly, my dad was Catholic.
You were in a National Geographic household?
What does that mean?
It's because
people took pictures of him and he was like drinking water.
They live with big cats.
I more meant like the book that was in the washroom wasn't a Bible or anything like that. It was a stack of National Geographics.
Yeah, I didn't realize your bathroom literature defines your ideals.
Defines the household. Really.
Yeah, your bathroom literature determines whether or not you're going to hell.
Okay, I have epic fantasy.
Which doesn't
in my
exist. National Geographic doesn't have photos. Not real.
I just have piles of money to.
They got a lot of photos of lizards, but what the fuck is lizards?
What is lizards?
I have epic fantasy in my bathroom. What does that make me?
Gay.
A fucking nerd.
That's true. That was a gay in the pejorative internet sense.
Yeah,
I apologize formally.
I love gay people. Yeah.
Do you?
Yep.
Okay.
The hell am I talking about? The WTO?
Bad jokes, that's what we're talking
Donna
about.
Morgan?
WTO. The World Trade
Anyway, the
Organization.
Order Church is like, Alex Denton, please go do some investigations. They're directed at the Tarsus Academy, who you work for, who augment nano boys.
Yes.
Right.
With Morgan.
Morgan.
Is he still around?
Donna Morgan.
No. But the first Morgan, the guy who made the nanobites, is he still around?
Morgan Everett?
Everett. Yeah.
I don't think he's in this game.
No?
I don't see his name hyperlinked anywhere here on the
We're
wiki.
talking so much about his creation. I was wondering if...
Yeah, but the Great Death was his creation because Bob Page is a lunatic and is now dead.
That's true.
Right?
Bob Page is dead. Canon. Boom.
Super dead.
Good. He had it coming.
How did he die again?
Nuclear bomb.
And also,
he's presumed dead though.
And yeah, well, Bob Page was killed by a nuclear blast, and or also this happened because all the endings are canon.
Yeah.
JC probably also just shot him in the face.
Probably also shot him in the face.
And then merged with Helios, and then became AI God, and yada yada yada.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Do you think they make Deus Ex 5 that takes place after Invisible War, and they're like, Bob Page's still alive? That would be funny.
You know who canonically is still alive?
Who's that?
Who didn't die in the first game? Paul Denton. He's created something called the Apostle Corp.
Okay.
The Apostle Corp organization. So that's a stupid fucking name.
It's getting real religious
For
now.
one,
Yeah,
the Apostle Corporation organization is stupid, and it's a bad idea, Paul. You should have died. You should have stayed dead.
You should have stayed dead, you idiot.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, the Apostle Corp is later revealed to be behind the Tarsus chain of more clones and protagonists with stupid hair.
What's a Tarsus chain?
Yeah.
The Tarsus organization, the Tarsus chain, the Tarsus organization are the people who built Alex Denton and his original partner. Yeah.
Okay. They're the clone makers.
Yeah. Well, they're the people who are like training. Tarsus is the new program who's training up all these new nano boys and girls. Lore boys, lore girls.
Lore boys.
We should have a lore girls. We should have a lore girls episode.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts or something.
Why we all just talk like this?
Oh man, why it's gotta be Kingdom Hearts? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, like what about like
Gears of War? Yeah.
Gears of War.
Yeah.
Or
Girls of War. Yeah.
Metroid?
We already did Metroid. Dog.
Dang.
Oh.
Fuck. Dang. We blew it, guys.
Damn it!
Oh, Horizon
If
Zero
girls
Dawn.
were running the show, this wouldn't have happened.
No, they're so much more organized and pretty. Anyway, the purpose of Apostle Corp, however, is revealed to Alex Denton by someone named Dr. Layla Nassif. And it is to biomodify every human being on Earth, bring about the peaceful post-human civilization.
Okay.
So apparently the Dark Age, the AI God, and the nuclear strikes weren't enough.
Oh,
now the
shit.
Dentons are getting into the whole
Yeah,
God
everyone's
complex
gotta get
shit.
it. Yeah, okay.
I mean, you're talking about like it's getting religious. The series is called Deus Ex.
That's true.
Right.
You got me.
Right, like maybe
Deus means 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And X means X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
X is
2X.
Just, is just phonetically.
This whole game series is one jilted man's love note to his ex girlfriend.
Oh.
Yeah.
Two times.
Warren Spector had a bad breakup and he made 5 games about it.
Yeah.
And then after that, after the post-human civilization, Alex travels to Trier in Germany, where he meets Tracer Tong, who's still alive.
Oh, snap.
Hey, Tracer's back, and who is now a
Is he
leader.
happy?
Yeah, he's doing all right.
With how like the whole Dark Age thing shook out.
Yeah,
Because
well,
he got what he wanted
he
to
was just
some
like,
degree.
it's like, I'd really prefer to bang rocks together, but I guess the VCR's okay.
At least I still got my Jurassic Park.
It's not been worn out yet. My copy of Aladdin got worn out.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember when it got eaten by the VCR.
Welcome to Lord Boy's
Yeah.
Tragedy Down.
Which part of the
Tragedy
movie? Do you remember?
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I can show you the world.
Shining, shimmering
splendor. Tell me, princess.
Well, I've been doing this every episode.
Every
now.
episode, Disney
Yeah.
songs.
Disney songs.
Listen, I mean, we grew up with classic Disney. We did Mulan. We're doing Aladdin. I'm trying to think. Lion King's got some good songs.
Oh, yeah.
Elton John. Come on.
Yeah.
Can you feel it?
Or what's that one with Phil Collins? Tarzan?
Tarzan.
Yeah.
2 worlds, 1 family.
All good. They're all good.
They're all fine.
Be a guest. Be a guest.
Who wrote that one?
Made from real
I don't know
gorilla
who wrote
chest.
it, but it's a good Disney
It
song.
was Walt Disney.
Illuminati.
Walt Disney himself.
Yeah. Oh no.
Back from the hyperbolic compression chamber.
Yeah, exactly. He's been kept underground. He's going at the speed of sound in a huge
Yeah.
circle.
Is that real or is that a conspiracy theory?
The frozen Walt
The
Disney?
Disney
Yeah.
boson.
It's not. Yeah, they're trying to experiment in Switzerland. What happens when you slam 2 Walt Disneys together?
Walt Disney particles in.
2 Disney particles.
Little Daffy Duck faces fly
Yeah.
off and mouses.
Daffy Ducks and Mickey Mouse and shit.
Or Daffy Ducks, is that?
No, it's Donald.
Oh,
That's the one that you
Donald, yeah.
Daffy is the Warner Brothers.
The Warner Brothers.
The better one.
I was gonna say exactly that. Yeah,
Yeah.
The better one.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tracer Tong now he's a leader of a local Apostle Corp facility, and he reveals that his organization was founded to fulfill the JC Helios entity's ideals by creating biomod infusions.
Dope.
So AI God, Tracer Tong, Paul Denton, everybody,
Infusions.
all body, but everybody wants to.
Everyone's on dialysis now.
Exactly, everybody's on dialysis. You know what? They were just like, I'm really nostalgic about the iron lung,
Yeah.
and I would love one.
I would love that.
And walking around is overrated.
Yeah.
Breathing for yourself, frankly,
Overrated.
tires me out.
Yeah. Bring back polio.
Exhausting.
Don't
Exactly.
vaccinate your kids.
Don't. It's like Lord Boys endorses the anti-vaxxer movement.
Vaccines give you nanites.
Vaccines give you nanites. Exactly. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
And then your body rejects your cells.
Yeah. And then you need to buy ambrosia.
Yeah. Anyway,
It's
special
all a
black.
conspiracy.
One such infusion was tested on Paul, but it wasn't perfected, and Paul's body rejected it violently, which is a new kind of problem because remember he was the first nano-augmented person.
A wunderkind.
Paul Denton was the first successfully nano-augmented person who didn't need neuropazine. So the fact that his body rejected something is some sort of kind of a bit of an anomaly.
Yeah, but that's it because like Adam Jensen was the first one to not accept the parts, and he was the first one to not accept the. Paul was the first one to not accept the. Reject. Sorry.
Paul was the only human child because JC and Alex are both clones.
Yeah, of him.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, because his body rejected this new nano-aug so violently, he's actually frozen. He's put on ice to prevent him from being
like
killed.
Walt Disney.
Exactly, like Walt Disney. And now we're shooting light-speed particles of Paul Denton around,
and
and Walt Disney to find out what happens when you slam them together.
What happens when Walt Disney kisses Paul Denton?
Ooh.
Tune in next time to find out.
Yeah, Lore Boys, next episode. Yeah, exactly.
Subscribe to Lower Broids Premium, and we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
After Paul was frozen, JC was also put into stasis because his merger with Helios was unstable. So now both of them, they're just like retconning. It's like, yeah, remember the protagonists from the first game? They fucking suck.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Well, you fuck that
exactly. Then he also reveals that he has to go to Antarctica to find out what's called the Black Gate Ruins, which only people with biomods can access as a precaution. So Alex Denton, he can get in there.
But like, is there like a sentry that detects if people have biomods?
It's just one of those. It's probably they got Bluetooth shit. I don't know, man. Yeah, they got some sci-fi bullshit that can detect.
You put your dick in a USB port and it gives you the password.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, I'm following you.
Exactly. It tattoos a one-time password onto your dick.
Okay.
Yeah, it can only be used once. You got to put it into the next.
What's the idea of dial-up where you have to stay connected the whole time?
Yeah.
Grandma, don't call when I got my dick in the wall. And then Alex Denton also finds out that the Illuminati at Trier learns about the Illuminati at Trier from its two leaders, who are Chad Dumier, the leader of the WTO, and Nicolette Duclair, the leader of the Order Church. Eventually, Alex goes to Antarctica to repair JC with his biomod architecture. He's just like, no, JC, please come back. He wants to resurrect JC, Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
He's got to cut that big ass. You got to push that big ass stone out of the way.
Jesus Christ, Denton.
Jesus Christ, Denton. Exactly.
Denton. Denton.
But he is intercepted by his old partner Billy. From Taurus or Tarsus? What the hell was I saying?
Yeah, Billy Adams.
Yeah, exactly. Billy Adams from Tarsus. When Alex finally bests her, he continues to revive JC, who confirms what Tong and Nassif had told them pertaining to the Apostle Corp's goals, and he orders Alex to rescue Paul Denton, who had been abducted by the Apostle Corp in Cairo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So now we're on a mission to rescue Ice Boy.
Where we got to go get Paul Denton, who is on ice in a coma because his body was damaged.
Bring Ice Boy home.
Bring Ice Boy home.
Okay.
Hashtag
bring Ice Boy home.
Hashtag it, everybody out there. Both of you listening.
Both of you.
Get it trending. Bring Ice Boy home. Bring my Ice Boy home. Yeah. And finally, we get to the conclusion of the game here. It's a much shorter game, like I said. That's why people probably fucking hate it. Yeah, exactly. When Alex arrives in Cairo in the second level at the second level of Cairo to rescue Paul, he is confronted with three options: to give his blood to the Templars to end biomodification, to kill Paul by ending his life support, as per the orders of the Illuminati, or to save Paul as JC wanted.
Okay, because he wants to save his.
JC,
I almost said brother, and then I was like, wait.
JC, yeah.
He's the OG.
From JC's perspective, it's kind of weird because he's not really his.
Paul is his god.
It's his progenitor because he's a clone of him. Yeah. But so's Alex.
If you had a clone, would you call it by its first name?
I don't know. You'd at least call him Mister. Right?
Give him some respect.
Yeah.
He deserves
Mr. Denton.
Yeah, exactly.
Please, Mr. Denton was my father.
Yeah.
Also my brother.
And also Mr. Denton was my father. Technically your father.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it. Then afterwards, Alex goes to Liberty Island, back to Liberty Island, where the first mission of the first game was.
Yes.
And he learns that the global communications protocol used by Majestic 12 originally in the first game was to control global networks. The Aquinas protocol, which is part of the AI thing.
Was that has to do with horses or?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Horse robots.
Yeah. Horse robots. Horse AI. Yeah. I must create the perfect horse.
Yeah. We made this cyborg, but he can only pull one. It takes four of them to pull a wagon. But if we put we put modifications in one horse can pull a wagon.
Wow.
Anyway,
four manpower is one horse.
Four manpowers.
Four Borg power.
Yeah, just
four
one
lore boys,
cyborg
one horse.
Yeah, just one cyborg horse net. Like, it's easier to buy one cyborg horse than to buy 3 other horses, though.
Is it cheaper? Is it cost?
So like over time, the food actually.
It's maintenance.
Yeah, exactly.
Over time, and it is your third cyborg horse free.
Yeah.
Or at least at a steep discount.
Buy 2 get 1 free.
Not even get 1 free, but just like buy 2.
As someone who grew up on a horse farm, that's not how it works.
No? But you don't have any cyborg horses.
No. Yeah, we also had sport horses, so it's like we're not even talking about pulling wagons here.
I helped you water them, which you wouldn't do to a cyborg horse, presumably.
No, water would mess up the electronics.
Yeah.
Duh.
Idiot. Can nano people drink water? I'd imagine so.
Yeah, they can.
It's water lizards.
It's water lizards. Does water lizards.
Does water lizards.
Anyway,
back on track.
He gets Alex gets back to Liberty Island to go to the UNATCO headquarters back in their bunker, and each faction obviously wants Alex to upload their credit sequence into the global communications
Okay.
server, right? It's just like, I want to see my credits. I want to see my credits. I want to see my credits.
Yeah.
Each one of these, anyway, it depends on who you've liked the most.
Yeah.
It triggers one of the end games. So if you upload to no one and instead kill the leaders, you will side with Omar, which is the fourth ending to the game. The Omar ending.
Oh, the twist ending.
And then apparently there's a flag at some point, which was hitherto unmentioned. If the player carries the flag to the HQ bunker in the bathroom and flush the toilet, he will instantly be transported to an Easter egg ending where every major character is seen dancing in a club.
You get to capture the flag ending.
And you have to bring it to the bathroom.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay. Exactly.
You got to capture the flag match at the end of the game. That's fun.
And that's it. That's the end. So the four endings are, if you wanted to take the JC Helios Fusion AI God ending, Alex merges his biomods with JC and Helios. So you, in the first game, merge with an AI, and then your clone merges with you in the second one, which is totally not weird or anything. And it sends the biomods to people across the world from the top of Liberty Island. In a single speech, Helio instructs humanity to tear down the barriers between them and begin a new century. Okay? The Templars ending, biomodification is wiped from the face of the earth. JC and Paul are both killed, and the Templars rule the world with their religious beliefs. Sounds kind of fucking crazy.
Yeah.
The Omar ending, the world is plunged into chaos and war, and Omar fight until they rule the world completely. And the Illuminati ending is their version of a perfect world is realized, and it becomes a world run by the Illuminati as the age of capitalist light.
Okay.
Then, of course, there's the bonus ending where everybody gets to hang out and party.
Cool.
And that's it. That's the end of Deus Ex. We did it.
All right.
We did it.
That's pretty cool. So, given the way Deus Ex Invisible War kind of consolidated all three possible endings of the original Deus Ex, I know the next game will be the conclusion of the trilogy, the prequel trilogy.
If it ever comes out, yeah.
If it ever comes out. Assuming it does come out, and assuming they make another game, do you think it's possible now for them to make... They couldn't do the same thing because now they're saying it's an end to all... bio engineering.
Yeah, well, one is everybody gets biomods, or one is no one gets biomods, everybody's religious, and one is the Illuminati controls the entire world again.
Presumably
everyone dances.
And then there's dancing too.
So presumably they couldn't do like that consolidation ending with this one because they're like literal poles apart.
No, exactly. Like this game is very unpopular.
So that that probably contributed to it too, is the fact that it's very like closed off at the end. So you either feel cheated that. Maybe because fans of the series at the time knew that they were going to make another game. They were like, if they make another game, it's not going to make any sense beyond this.
Yeah. Well, frankly, the plot of this game doesn't make a whole lot of sense because if you had to fuse together three really different endings and then try and make a game after that where it's like, I got the nuke and the Dark Age are all at the same time. I did it all. They all work together.
You only got to pick one player, but I did it all while you were away.
I like the way they handled it in XCOM, where because XCOM Enemy Unknown is so hard.
Yeah.
Canonically,
no kidding.
Everyone fails.
Everyone dies.
And that's why you're a terrorist
hiding,
organization in the second game.
You go into hiding, and then your buddy is on ice, actually, and you got to rescue him. The first mission of
XCOM 2. But you're the commander.
Yeah.
You rescue yourself.
No, you rescue your... Oh, yeah, you do. Yeah, sorry.
Because it's like,
commander.
It's been
a while since I played, actually,
I love XCOM 2.
As your buddy rescues you.
I'm looking really forward to the expansion, War of the Chosen. I'm going to buy the fuck out of that.
Yeah,
I checked on Steam. It's like $55. I guess I can't buy it on launch because the expansion is woven into the game. You've got XCOM 2 vanilla, and then you can play through the entire game with War of the Chosen activated.
Oh, yeah.
And it just changes everything and adds a bunch of new missions and shit. So I don't know. It's kind of
$55 is still too much.
Yeah, that's a
They just tack difference. They didn't even add new missions. They just tack differences onto each mission.
Well, no, they do apparently add new missions. I'm trying to say
for Axis. Where's your head at?
Yeah, I'm trying to say blackout on this one, just to make sure I'm surprised. But I'll still buy it, but not for $55. I can't.
That is wicked expensive.
Still haven't opened my PC copy. I love the game and I've watched Ethan play it, but I'm not motivated to jump into such a
too much WoW.
Yeah. I know there's so many other games to play, and there's so much.
It's really hard. It is very difficult to do.
It's very difficult to do things.
I'll play it eventually.
Sums up my life.
I'll play it eventually. I'll wait till the Humble Bundle for all the expansions.
Yeah, exactly. I'll get it cheap. Yeah, I got XCOM 1 cheap. I bought XCOM 2 on launch, and I love it, but the expansion, I don't know. Anyway, so that's it. That's Deus Ex.
Yeah.
Of course, let us know if you like these two-parters, if we should release them on our normal schedule of alternating hosts or consecutively, or if they're terrible and we should never do them again. Please harass me on the internet.
Yes.
I can take it for the moment.
Yeah.
Until I get harassed.
I take the first 3 tweets, and then I get sad.
Yeah, exactly. If I was to harass Ethan on the internet, where would I do that?
You can find me at the Cucklord Supreme. No, I'm at Ethan the Deadman on Twitter. Check out my tabletop RPG blog, Fungineering 101.
Yep.
Get at Loreboys on Instagram and on Twitter. Please leave us an iTunes review. If you do, we'll read it out on air.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I forgot to mention that. Yes.
Yep.
If you review us on iTunes, we will read it out to you and the other person listening to the podcast.
Yeah. So
Read it out to Hannah, and we'll read it out to... You can laugh. It's okay.
Oh, hi.
Jamie, where might we find you on the old internet box?
Yeah, on Twitter you can find me at JAYMILLK.
That's 2 L's. Am
Two
I
L's,
right?
that double L.
Count them.
Double yell.
Once the James. And you can
With a
find...
double L, he
Yeah.
said more.
More and more.
Hey.
An old Billy Idol reference. I love it.
On Facebook, you can find me, facebook.com/James the Miller. Send me a message. I'd love to talk to you. And to my right here, Peter, where can we find you?
You can find me at Pete O'Donohue on the Twitter, Old Aunt Peter on the Instagram, and of course, Lore Boys Podcast Twitter, Instagram, and sometimes do like art dumps on DeviantArt. Anyway, all the links are in the description of our YouTube videos, which are released every Tuesday at 11 p.m. No, it's not true. It's not,
11 a.m.
It's 11 a.m.
Yeah.
11 a.m. EST every Tuesday. Check out our art. Check out our archives.
Stay tuned to see how we feel about club sandwiches.
Yeah.
We all have strong
Oh my
opinions.
God, we have very strong
Yeah.
feelings about Club
And guys, I have great news.
About Lore Boys Premium. I'm assuming.
Actually about my hot yoga classes. They finally started up.
Oh, really?
But it ties into Lore Boys Premium because everybody who subscribes to Lore Boys Premium will get a ticket for 1 free hot yoga class.
You gotta download and print out the PDF in the description of the YouTube video.
You have to download the and print out the .exe.
And then
it's very complicated to do, but you can
it'll
do
be fun.
it. Yeah.
Bring it to the studio.
Just bring it to the studio.
Get hot.
Get hot. Get yoga.
Get bendy.
The way we keep it so hot is we have all of our PCs running the newest Crisis.
Yeah.
If that's still a thing.
We all have our fans pointed directly at
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
We're all just running
great.
benchmarking software.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's gonna be great. My computer is so full of cat fur.
yeah, mine's getting there.
Anyway, I think that would constitute a Lore Boys out.
Ouch. You don't know that.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I've only looked at your bedroom.
Yeah,
I've never really
I keep the theremin in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Spooky.
Do you use your dick to like?
Yeah. Hey, baby, want to come back to my place? I got a real cool trick I can show you. Yeah.
As you get harder.
Yeah, as it gets harder, it gets higher. It's like a fucking slide whistle.
See, that's what my ex-girlfriend used to call me.
The slide whistle?